Oh, rickety, 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 right. For some reason, my mute button was, or my unmute button wasn't working. What up, what up, what up? Hopefully everyone's doing good, feeling good. Time to get on down into things here, man. All right, we're getting ready to get started here. Why is... What the Oh, rickety, 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 right. For some reason, my mute button was, or my unmute button wasn't working. What up, what up, what up? Oh, I was like, what in the That makes sense. I was so confused. I was like, bro, what is going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final day of Knights Arena Valorant
Here we go, baby.
Challengers in North America. The first split is just about concluded. We've gone through 5 weeks of competition. Well, really 4 technically. We're about to finish the 5th week today, as we've got 2 more matches. And they still have heavy implications on the standings and the mid-season face-off, which is what you like to see. If you guys have been watching at home, though, throughout
really
the split,
only one does,
we've been talking
right?
about the fan zone. You guys can find more about that by going over to pks.gg/fanzone. You can get your questions asked to the players in the post-match interview on air, among many other things. Go ahead and check it out. But before I spend too much time wasting my energy talking about these games that we've got coming up today and the games we've already seen, why don't we go ahead and pull in our casters for the day. It's the young duo of Sully and Upmind. Upmind's hair definitely looking a little more full now than it was during the pre-show checks.
Yeah, no, it was down to just about here. I didn't get a haircut, though. The only thing that will get a cut, though, is our groups. We are going to be cut down to 8 teams in comparison to the possible 10 going into today. And, I mean, our first game pretty much decides all of it, I think.
Aren't we already cut down to
We
our
can go
8?
ahead and take a look at the standings, just so you guys can see how things have ended up where we are. Because, again, we talked about this
We're down
going
to
into this
9.
week. It's rare you get to the final week in a group stage that's round-robin play, and you see so many teams on the bubble. And you can see that now. It's gotten a little bit less confusing, but Sully, this is still kind of confusing. There's a lot that could happen today.
Yeah, there's so much at play here because yesterday's matchup
interesting with
between
yesterday.
FaZe
Yep.
and Moist kind of like shifted everything. It first of all destroyed Shopify's chances of making it into the MSF, and then it also puts a little bit more pressure on Turtle Troops in their matchup coming up today. So, I mean, yesterday kind of decided everything. It shook things up a little bit, and going into MSF, you're looking at these teams, and you're like, dang, a lot of the teams that we wanted to see are going to be unfortunately missing out.
We can go ahead and take a look at our schedule as well. The last 2 matches, just two more here, as 4 more teams need to kind of figure out where they're going to end up landing.
News about Lance
You've got
Reddick's kind of
Turtle
tough,
Troop
bro.
versus Oxygen. That one is a interesting one because the outcome could affect multiple teams for the mid-season face-off.
I mean, the first matchup's really all that matters.
Shopify Rebellion. Shopify Rebellion is statistically eliminated from mid-season face-off, but there's still more up for grabs because there are points based on standings across the split.
True. I forgot about that.
The way it's going to work is the teams are
point.
basically going to be combined into one leaderboard. So Shopify has a chance to climb a few positions here with a win. There's a world where Shopify could end up finishing in a much better spot for their points, and that has massive implications as you look towards
I didn't even think
playoffs
about
at
that.
the
That's
end
actually
of
a
the
really
second
good point.
split as well, how that could shape things up. So even though Shopify can't technically make the face-off event, there's still things up for grabs, and G2 as well. G2 really needs to find a win to make sure they close out the group stages with strength here, Gus.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the specific gaps later, but for G2, the difference between winning and losing today is about 5 circuit points. And if y'all look at how many points you get for winning the mid-season face-off, that's 10 circuit points.
Yeah,
half of those circuit points for G2 will be taken up just with 1 win today against Shopify.
That's actually crazy. But let's look at that first match. Let's shift our focus over
Turtle Troop
to
versus Oxygen.
versus Oxygen. I think a lot of people are looking at this Turtle Troop team after that win over G2 last week, and obviously there is some
So we're live in Discord here, chat.
puns being thrown around online over this Turtle Troop, but this team's looking really good the last few weeks.
No, yeah, for sure. I I'm surprised the way Turtle Troops have kind of bounced back from an 0-2 record. They made 2 major changes. This is a team that hasn't been playing with a coach at all during Split 1. So huge props to the changes that they have made. Huge props to Tig, who we're going to look at a little bit later. But yeah, Turtle Troops, I personally think they're one of the teams that are on the come up. I look at a lot of the
So that's up in there.
A lot of them struggled in the opening weeks. The first 2 weeks, a lot of them struggled. And teams like Oxygen, teams like Turtle Troop, all bounced back and found some sort of success. And while Oxygen's already guaranteed a spot in MSF, Turtle Troop have put themselves in a position from an 0-2 record where they can make the midseason face-off.
Now, we talk about the midseason face-off, and we were talking it there at the top of the show. We did want to kind of just spell out the scenarios that could take place based on this matchup outside of just the midseason face-off. Turtle Troop really wants to find a win. Oxygen really finds a win. If either team does, everything's fine. It's copacetic. Nothing's a problem. Here's how things shift, though, depending on the outcomes. And Gus, this is kind of what you were touching on with the points. Why don't you explain what this all means?
Yeah, I mean, the simple scenario for Turtle Troop today is win and you're in playoffs, lose and you're not. That is the only stakes going in for this team today. But for the entire circuit here, not only does a win for Turtle Troop put them in the midseason face-off, but it also doubles their point percentage, or not their percentage, but their point total going into the end of the stage. Just again, if Turtle Troop, if they win today, not only do they get a chance to extend their point total more through playoffs and through the fact that they can
one side's supposed to be
top
one
four,
team versus
but
one's the other.
The entire season depends on just this one game. And of course, you look over towards Oxygen too. Yes, they have a playoff spot, but no, that does not mean that they're clear in terms of points. They can drop, because of the combined leaderboard, they can drop from about a combined 6th to 5th place. They could drop all the way down to 8th to 9th place. So again, everything is still in stake here when it comes to the end of the circuit.
And for those that are wondering, too, what Gus is talking about, Oxygen has a 2-2 record currently. If they were to lose today, they go to a 2-3. They would tie with FaZe Clan, and they currently have the head-to-head win over FaZe Clan due to the win in the group stages. So that does guarantee them placement into the midseason face-off. I mean, just looking at the way that Turtle Troop played last week, though,
I'm not gonna lie, that last image kind of lost me,
performing on a much higher level than we anticipated coming into the split.
No, it's a team that, in my opinion, we saw them in the first 2 weeks. They looked a little bit nervous. Right? I mean, this is a team that I think had a really good run of young qualifiers. Honestly, a super solid team, to be honest. And our
why did his mic all of a sudden get like super quiet?
As we expected, they made some changes, some roster shuffles happened, some roster movements happened as well. It also caused some disruption in the roster, but overall, I think the introduction of Tig and the old veteran Mame has restabilized this team. And one of the big things that when we were watching last week is Tig has been crazy. What he's brought to this roster, and statistically,
Tig has been pretty good.
Fundamentally, he's not only reset this team, I think, from a structure standpoint, he's kind of filling in that coach role. He's filling in a lot of roles that were missing for Turtle Troop when they came into Split 1.
And that was the biggest thing that we even saw going into that big mix-up in their rosters. They needed to address the fact that a lot of their players, they were filling in positions when they are just better off in their one position, when they're better off in their one role, such as Governor. Governor was playing a lot with the secondary duelist role, and now he can only dedicate himself now to the secondary duelist role. He doesn't have to focus up on picking up the breach or picking up the sage. Now, Mame has addressed that one position now. But when you talk about Tig, and once again, that leadership position, Governor was the one IGLing before, and IGLing as a duelist, that's just way too much to try to deal with. So not only, again, has Tig organized this team from an IGL perspective, but now has allowed a lot of these players to be able to flourish, and you see that in Governor's stats throughout the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, you can just take a look at it here. Governor before Tig and after Tig. And that
jeez, look at that change. Golly.
6 on the KD. All the other numbers moving up as well.
When you can rely on somebody else,
yeah, it's a little ridiculous when you kind of look at these statistics.
Man.
You say Governor was IGL, and you can see how much of an impact I think Tig has had on this team and on Governor as an individual. You look at last week in their matchup against Moist. This is a Governor that is fully unleashed. He doesn't have to worry about calling. He doesn't have to worry about really staying alive and restructuring his team. It's, hey, go in, do your thing, get those entry kills, which he has been incredibly successful in the past. And not only that, he's just a guy that I feel is playing with a lot more confidence, and that's what you want from Governor. He's untapped potential.
Yeah, I think it's nice when you don't have to worry about holding it down. You just go out and do you. You know what I mean?
His experience, Governor is free to do as he's pleasing, as he wants, and he's doing exactly that now.
And you can see like the one
I think
stat
that's
dip
like the
is
big thing
first
that
kills,
seems to
first
be
deaths,
helping
but
him.
There's a certain amount of that is to be expected, because if now a player's playing a little bit more unhinged, there's going to be high risk, high reward scenarios taking place that you didn't see in the previous weeks. That's why there is a drop in that number. But everything else is up. You got your ACS up, you've got your ADR up, you've got your KD way up, which is exactly what they want to see from someone who's supposed to be in that star position. But let's take a look at the other team. Oxygen is also a team that comes in that I think a lot of people slept on, myself included. I looked at this team and I just thought, I just don't feel like this team is really going to find
Oxygen hasn't won back-to-back
because
games.
I was expecting the team who's playing later today, Shopify Rebellion, to have a little bit more of a stable group stage. I thought that Moist Moguls, even when they came through as breakthrough, I thought they would have a little bit more stable. And same with FaZe. Now they're in a position where they're already qualified and they're just basically playing up for those split points. But the team has looked better as every week has progressed.
Yeah, I won't lie. I feel like this team essentially dodged a bullet.
We're going to take Turtle Troop in this one for sure.
With the FaZe and Moist Moguls again, because this is a Turtle Troop that is on fire, and Oxygen have been iffy in my opinion, right? They'll win one series, they'll lose the next series, and they'll win again. It's a team that's bouncing back, and given last week how they won their last series,
Scuba Live versus
Clan,
Scuba Dead.
Is the pattern going to continue where they lose here to Turtle Troop? And I think, again, dodge the big bullet. They've already made the MSF. Again, it's all about placement points here for them.
Yeah, at this point, Oxygen, they can just focus up on playoffs. They can focus up on the next split. And this game, the only thing on the line is the circuit points. So realistically speaking, Oxygen coming into this week, their map pool is really small. They've only played a possible 3 maps out of the 7 maps that we have right now in our map pool. And in the last 2 weeks, they played the exact 2 same maps. We do have a comparison here for Scuba in terms of his impact, but that's really when Oxygen actually needs Scuba. This week, it really is about just it's about keeping your deck close to your chest, I think, Bach.
Your deck close to your chest. I don't think I've ever kept a deck of cards.
All 54 cards, right?
I don't think I've ever really put them like on my chest.
54 cards.
That's one
54,
scenario
you're right.
or
Never mind.
strategy that might play out well. I'm going to try that the next time I have a poker night with the boys. Looking
No,
at
it's
the,
52 cards.
2 of the younger players on these rosters, we've got Governor and we've got Pony. These are 2 players that I think we can look at as a direct
52
comparison
cards.
to a certain degree coming into today, and 2 players we should be keeping our eyes on because we already mentioned it. Governor's stats are up since the introduction of Tig.
Yeah, we're looking at both of these player stats from the last 2 weeks, ever since that Governor has had Tig come on board. And so one thing for Turtle Troop is, well, last 2 weeks he's played a lot more consistent, right? He's kept his numbers up. He's looked a lot better. One of the guys, and the reason why we put them in his head-to-head is Oxygen have had this weird flux of players, and the reason why we brought that Scuba lineup earlier is because Scuba has been kind of the key player for this roster in the sense that he always is the catalyst for this team. And Pony's a guy that, when he's online, he can also be a really, really big hitter, but lately it's kind of been iffy with him.
Yeah, I mean, mainly it has come down to some of those defensive mistakes from Pony because he just keeps picking up the op and he keeps getting confident. And why not? The guy keeps heating up in terms of that KDA, but I think really the discrepancy here in terms of the stats is just the fact that we actually saw Pony and this team lose 2 weeks ago against G2. And what a game that was, by the way, against G2. That was so close to being a win. There was a 4v1 that had to happen for that game to even be possible for G2. So again, realistically speaking, we're still looking at an Oxygen that have players that line up toe-to-toe against Turtle Troop.
Pony also definitely kind of filling in the roles that they need, but at times has played interesting ones. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Pony play Yoru at one point during the group stages?
Randomly on Breeze.
Yeah, there has been some interesting choices and decision-making process from this team, but let's take a look at the map pool to see where we're going to be
Lotus
heading in
for
Turtle
Troop.
You're going to be going
Ascent
to
split for
Lotus
the
first,
decider,
which,
huh?
I mean, we've been seeing a little bit more of that in the last few weeks. Ever since it was introduced, obviously, we weren't going to see it start the group stages, but I'd say like week 3, once it was brought into the fold, very few teams wanted to play it. Week 4 is like one team, and I think this week we've seen it a lot more, but we'll be ending on Split. We'll be going to Ascent in the middle. Should we need Split, we'll technically get the 2 new maps in the rotation, quote-unquote new, as Split is the refresh, but Ascent is familiar territory for a lot of these teams, Sully.
Yeah, I think I'm mainly looking at Lotus as kind of the weird pick because neither of the teams have played it, but one thing that we did learn last week in the G2 win is that Tig spoke a little bit about why they're so confident in why they've been 2-0ing teams is because Tig personally believes that, they've got a really strong map pool, and that's why they're capable of banning the other team's better map. And I think Haven was definitely a better map for Oxygen. We saw them beat
Absolutely.
G2 on it. They looked really good on it, in my opinion. And so, or apologies, not G2 on it. I think it was FaZe Clan on it.
FaZe Clan on it.
Turtle Troop have got a really vast map pool, and I think now we're starting to see with the onboarding of Tig and Mummy, what Tig has been cooking up for this team. It's very apparent, though, at times that Turtle Troop haven't fully fleshed out their system just yet. They're recycling strats that we saw when Tig was on the Nation, and we're also just seeing strats being reused over and over in games. So we're starting to see the full capabilities of Turtle Troop, and that's why I'm interested to see this Lotus pick, just because neither team has played it, and Tig is really confident in his team's map pool in general, so I'm curious to see what they've got cooked up for us.
Turtle Troop banning Haven as like, it's very much those bans are
What
very
a noise.
defensive. You've got Turtle Troop banning that because they probably don't want to play Oxygen. They've had pretty good success on the map. And Fracture is a guaranteed smart ban coming in as that has been a really good map for Turtle Troop all throughout this first split. So that's why we end up on the maps we end up on. But yeah, you mentioned it. I'm looking at that first map, and I'm just going to put a question mark here on my tablet for my notes with Lotus because I don't know what's going to happen. It should be an interesting series because, again, we haven't seen these teams play on Lotus. And in the past, that's been like, okay, that means they're either really good on it and they've been shopping that for a while, or they're terrible on it and they do something that's totally absurd that we've never seen before because the meta has not really developed yet. But it is time for the agent select, which means it's my time to say goodbye. We'll see what these teams bring to the table for Lotus. Take it away.
When did I request?
Ooh, it is going to be a spicy one. We know the stakes here already. Turtle Troop.
You hear that?
When you
I
make
don't.
it to the
I'm so
mid-season
confused.
face
That's
of
the
Oxygen,
plot
you've already locked in
thickening,
your
folks.
spot,
No,
but you're
Sully
looking
was
for those
supposed to do the
circuit points of
transition, but the
Gus.
guy actually disconnected
second
right as
time
we got
casting
in.
Lotus.
They're
So
both
we're
talking.
here. What's up? Oh,
That's
is he,
funny.
oh, okay.
It's gonna. I think
Sullivan
we had a
might
little
be
bit of
here.
mishap. Might have been a little mishap, but Oxygen, it's a little bit dicey for them. I think Lotus is a weird map for them, and
No
I don't know
way.
if Gus can hear me, but we'll see here in a second.
No, I do now. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? We good?
Yeah,
we
no,
are.
there should be-
He
should
thought
be.
they were good.
Again, we're heading into Lotus, completely new picks. So at this point, we're just focusing up on which players are picking up which positions, which player is picking up which role. And it looks like Oxygen and TTR both not opting to go for any sort of double duelist, really just going for more comfort picks.
All right.
Yeah, this is a crazy pick from Turtle Troop, I'm not going to lie. The Harbor that I feel like we have seen a little bit more frequently.
On
But
this map for sure.
Yeah, comboed with the Viper it's a combination that we saw in a little bit during the lock-in show match, I'm pretty sure is what it was. But teams have also just been typically picking up Harbor a little bit more. The Cove is really, really powerful. One of the stats that we saw in lock-in was how impactful he can be with these plants. And I think this map in particular, his wall and his Cove could be super, super big for getting map control.
I wonder if that's going
Folks,
to give us
Turtle
issues
Troop,
with being
it's
able
win
to
or go
resolve our
home.
issues of
They
getting
win this
into
one,
Veil.
they make it into
Hopefully
playoffs.
so.
Oxygen are already through. They're trying to deny Turtle Troop a chance here. It's all going to be Oxygen on the C side to start things off, and Turtle Troop could have two very fast rotators, but this play in C is so fast. You're already going to have the KJ on the front line needing to battle Adder with a kill, but it had to get traded back immediately.
Yeah, instantly Tig kind of just pulls away. He's going to reset with his team.
Bro, they've got this thing
have decent map control here for this retake. Players approaching from the defensive
hella
side.
loud today, huh? I love it.
It's not slow whatsoever. With the wall up, they already have
I
so
love
much control.
it.
The players from ramp are needing to swing out of water. This is such a good spot here already for Oxygen, or excuse me, for Turtle Troop. And now in a 1v4, Randy Savage picks up two, but it's done for from
Turtle
the top rope.
Troop.
Yeah, I think this was a really good response from Tig as making the call saying, hey, I'm just going to back away out of your composition. My guiding lights aren't going to be the biggest support to you. So he just backs away. And ultimately, Turtle Troop were able to get the retake, I think because of the position that they had. Tig falls to waterfall, players quickly approach towards defender spawn, and Oxygen really had no time to set up there. Turtle Troop off to a nice start. Again, this is a map that we haven't seen from either of these teams. It's the map pick of Turtle Troop, and this is a new look for them. So we're wondering, how fresh are they? What have they cooked up for us?
I mean, a
What
lot
it
of the
do?
questions for
King, how you doing,
TTR
buddy?
mostly been role-based.
Right.
And all of them have been
Happy
pretty
Friday,
much
fam.
completely answered. Or let's just want to see if TTR are going to be as creative as they more or less have been under Tig.
I love that I found a way to put the timestamps
Early
on
on,
my
no
chat
big
bot
deal.
so I can tell that you just chatted. 'Cause I looked over and I saw you there. I was like,
and
oh,
that's
God,
why we're kind
forget
of
him.
seeing just, especially in this round, working a crucial part of this map. And I think that's something that Tig brings to this team again, like just simplifying the game a little bit. Because when we were watching Turtle Troop and Governor was calling the pressure on him, a lot of careless mistakes out of Governor in those first 2 weeks. And now that they have a much more simplified structure, it's okay. Governor is a lot more do as he pleases, but also the simplified structure just releases a lot of pressure on his shoulders in the sense that he actually has a good support team, in the sense that he's getting the flashes that he needs. He's getting smoke set up in position to where he can get control. And Turtle Troop aren't trying to overcomplicate things by doing these crazy flashy setups for Governor now.
Right. It's realistically just about making him think about less factors, worry about less.
There it is.
Here goes Governor, though. His only goal there. Snipe away the man in the corner, and that's all.
Oh, he's got someone behind him?
Went around the corner, able to get one, but now here comes the rest of the take. Two players coming up from heaven. But
Wait a minute.
Pistols, they're trading back. Pony with a double kill. And now it's Mame. Does pull up a smoke right in front of him, and that's a big one, too. Verno only has a classic, and he can't spam. It's going to be the defuse for TTR.
It's quite a bit of damage, though, from Oxygen.
Unfortunate,
on
man.
Losing 4 players, losing a Bulldog in the mix as well. This is
Not like this.
I don't think going to be a reinvestment round from Turtle Troop. Governor actually picking up the operator here in the 3rd round, and then we're going to see the full buy muster around the rest of his team. But it's not the buy that you want. Take is working with 1 Guiding Light, no Trailblazer, and Adder as well, not going to have a full kit. So that round from Oxygen has a lot of implications moving forward, and they're approaching this A site where it's only we did.
Gotta see if they'll be able to pull this off here.
Instantly a reaction from Adder to try and support.
Mitch is going to be able to have ult available here in a minute.
A lot of coverage, actually.
Couple ults
towards the
potentially
CB
available on the
area,
Turtle
but
Troop
over
side
towards A,
over the course of this
it was
round.
relatively flimsy. Only one person here. It did get a rotation back from Adder. This is what they wanted. The double push out of Mount. Tig's on the front side. Mummy's the one making all of the noise. Randy might peek into Tig. And indeed he does, but he's alive.
That's a nice fault line.
Gonna have to rotate away.
Get Randy Savage out of dodge. It's what you need.
Let it fly. Let it fly.
You have these lesser guns. You need someone like Tig, someone that's confident and capable to try and pull something out like that.
You tried.
But a missed shot. Weeded's not going to miss his, though. And that does give a huge advantage here to Turtle Troop.
It's going to be all we did for now, but Oxygen, they're still contemplating the take.
Yo, King, I want you to know I've been thinking about what you're talking to me about in chat the other day.
Nanostorm for a plant.
Just so you know.
Mame's already here. Same thing with Adder. So you already have 2 players arrive to the scene.
And the
I think
Viper
Turtle
wall.
Troop, very similar to that pistol round, are just going to wait. Get really good map control for this retake, and that's when you start to pounce.
So many layers here for the defense of TTR. Oxygen have to fight so much through the dark just to try to get the back of sight, and indeed they do. It's Mitch in the middle of Link, taking down Munmay. Does find Weeded. The TP is through. They are going to have C.
Weeded just looking to glance.
Scuba sitting on 20 HP in a fucking dream right now, bro.
Mitch with his kill.
No way!
Onto the ultimate, but Weeded through the wall is going to catch Mitch.
So much HP on Mitch. Now it's only 20 on
This is going to break them here, too.
It has to be a miracle. Has to go all headshots here for Scuba. Lines up the first, but not a kill. Knows where both are. Gets the headshot onto Weeded. Now needs to play whack-a-mole. Governor looking to swing. Could play in the dark. But Governor closes down the space instead, and TTR continue their win streak.
On that low HP as well. That's what makes it so hard there for Scuba. Turtle Troop, off of losing 4 players in their 2nd round after winning the pistol, they are able to recover this round. And with a lot lesser guns as well. There were 2 Guardians in the mix here. And I think the aggression called from Tig is what ultimately wins in this round. It forces this Oxygen side over towards A and makes it a whole lot more uncomfortable. But Oxygen elected to call a timeout, and I think for good reason.
Early
yes, they've won these 3
timeout
rounds,
here, though.
They've all been through defuses, and so now the question is,
you got to remember here, if
going down, because that's the issue.
Turtle Troop
You're not guaranteed to
beats
retake
Oxygen's
every
ass
single time.
today, and they win by more than 5 rounds, it allows FaZe back in.
Oxygen, they're focusing a lot more on trying to cut down on the rotators. I mean, you
But if
already
they
saw
only
that
win by
tension
4 rounds, since
back in the
Oxygen
B-Link,
holds
back
the
over in heaven, especially with the Viper wall in front of them, they needed to take that back space. Now going forward again. On this attack side, we don't really have too many opportunities at long-winded battles. They only have 2 smokes to deal with the Omen. You only have a double satchel. A lot of the take potential for this team is definitely in the early rounds. But with Randy Savage actually loading up a lockdown, they do have some decent-ish cash. They can absolutely go for an ult orb here and just try to go for the ult.
Yeah, they have the Rolling Thunder here to work with as well. I mean, I think everyone kind of understands that hitting B and C is really simple with a Rolling Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think.
As well, but they're going to go here towards the A side where I believe it is easier to get control. It is easier to
Actually,
get that
hold
control
on.
as well, if that's what they're looking for Randy Savage. They do exactly that. Establishing this early control. Governor's going to go updraft to try and find something. And Mummy's been given the up over towards C, so his control, the alarm bot towards B, is allowing this 4-player stack to start to swing over towards this A side. And yes, Oxygen have taken good map control, but I think Turtle Troop are playing for the retake. They have the Reckoning from Mummy to try and get back into the site, and yeah, just wanted to avoid this Rolling Thunder as well.
Yeah, not a single person getting hit, and Governor, another opportunity to play some whack-a-mole. A couple of heads might pop out, but he realizes the danger coming in from drop, but Pony is just sharper. What a kill going on to Governor. But there goes the retake. Ultimate coming in from the harbor. So many stuns now. Mitch has to be mobile. Same thing with Pony. And the flashes, the stuns. It's actually good in holding back the ultimate. It delays enough time. Oxygen now with a 2-man advantage. This is looking so good for them now. Verno delaying more time. 3 players in the back of sight. TTR have dwindled.
You ordered
Position here from
pizza.
Oxygen is so good.
Pizza.
They're
Does that
using
also
that
include
fault line
poppers?
to first create space, players are positioned, and a lot of different angles where the Reckoning is going to stun players, but it's ultimately up to you to clear all these angles out. Not everyone's getting hit by that Reckoning, so well positioned there for Oxygen in that post plant. Reeded should be good for some exits. No, nothing. So no damage done here as the spike goes off, and Oxygen, they walk away with a calm 4 rifles to set themselves
This is
up.
y'all's third
Turtle
time
Troop,
eating pizza this
that's
week.
their
I didn't
first
get to go to
loss. They've got no credits
the
here for a full
pizza
buy.
thing at the school. To be fair. To be fair. To be fair.
Mustering something.
Yeah, no, that's probably the weirdest
Light
part of
armor.
this. The last round,
Yeah.
they didn't even think whatsoever about their economy, but now they're forced to.
Alright,
Stinger
alright.
in the
Bet,
mix
bet, bet.
here. Not a full kit for Weeded, not a full kit for Governor, not a full kit for Tig. Adder, who are the ones that stayed alive. Apologies. Adder does have it, but Tig doesn't, so they are strapped for cash, and Oxygen making things a lot slower. And I'm not sure if it's they're expecting an eco round or they're expecting Tig to kind of do what he did in that second round, where when they have the lesser buy, Tig was trying to be explosive and create the advantage with just his solo Phantom. Nothing is here this time around for Turtle Troop, and Oxygen felt that sea pressure, so they've redirected.
Oh,
back to
true.
the
Yeah.
go towards B.
True.
This
I
is
didn't even think about the
fastest
personal
shift that we
pizzas
have
last
seen
night.
from Oxygen, though. Then the first 5 seconds,
Pizza
bringing up sound over
fiends.
towards C long, and
This is-
immediately taking up A control.
This is going to end towards B here. Adder's starting to creep, or Randy Savage, apologies, starting to creep up, and with that drone, that's where Turtle Troop starts to bring these 3 players in after hearing that drone go off.
Isolates one angle, but there's going to be 3 around this site already for Turtle Troop. They need so much more to be able to cover. We did with a couple of sprays in, but again, 2 players in the back line here for TTR looking to swing, and there goes Pony, already cutting down one of them. That's huge for Oxygen as they get the plant down now with full control.
And everyone on Oxygen has begun to back away from this post plant.
Wow.
Have the aftershock still, but Pony's in the mix. Verno not
Showstopper
too
too.
far, and they're just trying to keep the pressure up.
Nice.
Contingencies already.
Okay.
I mean, they don't need it. Pony in the middle of this site is being a human turret. Head on a swivel, taking out anyone.
Oh,
that
he's just
crosses into
sitting
sight.
in that.
And now it's just all on the Mummy. Nanoswarm in his face. 3 players from different directions. It's
Wow.
gonna be a big, overwhelming round for Oxygen.
A great post plan from Oxygen. Another successful B hit. And I think it's due in fact that they're keeping strong players like Pony, like Verno into the middle of sight, where you have players like Randy Savage, players like Mitch who have already backed away to play for their util, right? Mitch had his Aftershock, Randy Savage had his Nanostorm, so Oxygen are playing a fine game of these post plans. And that's what the timeout was for Turtle Troop to try and figure out, hey, they're getting the spike down, and that's the 5th time
I'm getting
they've got it down
confirmation in
now.
the Twitch chat
haven't
about
been able to stop
the
the
rounds
plan.
thing chat.
We need to figure out what the answer is, because eventually the odds never favor a defending team on the retake, and so how do you respond back? This time, these Just Pistols are going to try and work an aggressive look towards now.
I think situationally, TTR have been playing up to that type of situation. And hold up, 4 kills going by the way of Oxygen. More importantly, finally the ulti. After 2 rounds of being 1 ult point away, Randy Savage finally gets the lockdown. But again, going back to a TTR, almost every time we've seen Oxygen go for a take, they've been playing retake. They've been playing right into the hands of TTR for as long as they know. They actually need to execute, especially with how much potential they have in the middle of B site. They have that Viper wall. They have the KJ util.
Potential with everything here now. 4 ultimates. And they're looking to use this lockdown, and I think a post-plan combo with Verno and Randy Savage leading with Pony. Blast packing in a site, so we could see a
Better
triple
nice.
combo here.
I wonder if maybe
Second,
we can
maybe
sit
the
down and
Scuba,
chat with Bach,
he wants to use
maybe.
the quad and teleport him to the back of site. With TTR, how ready are they for this? And yeah, that's a beautiful guy, and I like to give them the info that, yeah, that's where the pressure is. Granted, I think the only issue here is there's no control towards A, and it's a gamble from Turtle Troop, but I think they've got the read right now. Lockdown will force them out of sight and give Oxygen this space.
And it's very patient too. Not a single person that is actually trying to cross over. They are forced to go with the Molly. But a Hunter's Fury, wow.
Forcing the back
Getting pulled off right as the lockdown goes down, trying to go for the more predictable positions, but not a single person gets hit. There goes the post plant util taken away, and Pony now is hunting with the showstopper. Nobody is here in Link for now. He has to go a lot deeper to find the 2 over towards B. 3 players in the back of C now, and Pony might have the wrap.
No one checks in Pony. Nobody had any idea. You should have known, but you don't clear. 4-on-4 now, and a lockdown for Adder.
No, the lockdown is actually going in, but they can just fight until the very end. The time won't be enough, surely. 7 seconds left. They're not going for the defuse. Mitch is just going on.
Mitch!
What a spray for Mitch! No, Weeded just has to go with the lockdown, has to try to defuse, has to stick until the end, and it just won't happen.
That is an outrageous double spray down from Mitch. He sticks around in the lockdown, risks his life.
So, chat, it's been confirmed for us by Bach, who's the host tonight. So for the mid-season face-off, if Turtle Troop wins, Oxygen is in and FaZe is out.
Pony to follow up and try and capitalize on
because Oxygen has the head-to-head over FaZe. If Oxygen wins, FaZe is in and Turtle Troop is out because FaZe has the head-to-head over Turtle Troop. So that
and there has been no answer on these
answers
retakes.
everything as far as for tonight.
Not been able to deny the plant at all, even when they won those 3 rounds.
That showstopper clear of connector, I mean, that forced TTR to waste so much time, so much space, trying to take back one pivotal spot to split into C.
I wonder if, since we haven't heard back from Tanner, maybe we can talk to Bach about chatting NA Challengers before.
A phenomenal game. The guy doesn't get anything, so that's
next week.
Even worse
could be big
for Turtle Troop.
But they're not compensating for it. There goes the Molly, and we didn't know that there was a gap. Mitch just goes through completely dry, and Tig in the middle of smoke too, as a frenzy, looking for one back, but it just won't happen. Oxygen, we've already seen them now go from 3-0 down up to 3-4 up. You can see that reflected in their economy. It's going to be basically flawless, basically maxed out.
But do keep in mind, of course, that round differential will matter for...
Get Verno onto his ultimate again. See if we can get Randy Savage as well. They're working with a lot of ultimates as we head into the later parts of this first half. Verno should be able to get his online. We already have a Rolling Thunder for Mitch. Oxygen on this offensive side. And Turtle Troop, we're seeing inklings of, I feel like, the right idea. And I think what we saw last week on Lotus, not from Turtle Troop, but what we've seen traditionally on Lotus is this defending team needs to be willing to get aggressive and taking either mound or a lobby control. But, I mean, Turtle Troop are doing that very sparingly, it feels like. And I think that's what they're missing here, is they're giving Oxygen a lot of time to think and react and take map control for themselves and kind of just put them in an uncomfortable spot. Finally, they're doing a little bit more of that. Granted, once this wall goes down, the turret's going to reassume control of C, and that's going to be the issue here for Turtle Troop.
I think that sort of mentality, though, of taking back space does add more opportunity for mistakes.
This is going to be rough here because you're stacked 2 players on the B site, and in the middle of B site, by the way.
It's an instant high-low.
And there's
that
a
site taken,
thunder,
just swinging.
Ready to push both these players off, possibly in a fake attempt as well. I mean, the C door is easily pivotal.
Everyone's still in, right? Like the bottom 4 don't get relegated or anything like that?
Wow, Scuba actually gets a kill for that.
They just redraft the groups?
And with that distraction, that's C.
It's a full fake as well here. Mitch, that solo Rolling Thunder, they don't even realize. Mitch is just...
Oh, shorty!
Oh my God.
For anything. I don't know if that was the best of fakes because it puts the remaining 2 players in a 2-on-4, but it's Randy Savage and Verno. Randy with the post-plant util and Verno with the capabilities to go hunting.
All four are coming from Link. You can see them setting up for the back of sight. They're not going to run into anyone, but this is one by one. Verno! Finding 2 individuals, but Governor ends up singling out Randy Savage. And the last one. Good stuff from Governor again, making his impact known.
It's just such a crazy, risky play from Oxygen this time around. Granted, it gets a plant down, which is the one thing Turtle Troop have been trying to deny. But Scuba sticking that teleport in the back, I felt was a really big sacrifice because it doesn't even sell the fake towards B or towards C. It kind of is just, it's in such a weird middle spot where Turtle Troop could gamble B or C off of that play, and ultimately I think Scuba giving his life up there wasn't really worth it because it gives a huge man advantage to Oxygen. Or apologies, Turtle Troop. So
no one's needed any timeouts just quite yet in first half, and you can understand why. Both teams have been looking pretty solid.
Gonna have some attention back over towards A main. With that util from the harbor, they're not gonna do anything with it. They leave the site open. No util needed for Oxygen to clear out anymore. But they're not committing to it. Once again, it's yet another spread.
The Scuba's beating the wall, so.
Or ult on the side of Turtle Troop, though.
Mame, who wanted to try.
Probably a good round to use them to make sure that you can win this round, carry that over, make it 5-5.
Scuba in a good
Plus, if you lose this round, I don't think they can completely invest in the next round. So this would probably be the best round for Turtle Troop to invest.
And
it's 3 here.
And he does finish him off.
Okay, Pony.
Huge nade, but again, over towards A. You've always had Scuba here.
And his map control is what's going to set them up here for an A hit.
They don't need to use any util to make their way out because of Scuba now. Now Scuba, alongside the rest of the team, still need to clear out this KJ util. You still have Tig ready to go. Has Seekers to immediately pop. Could take away one.
But it's a lot of one-on-one fights here. Yeah, that alarm bot's going to queue, probably take to pop the Seekers and break this door down, but I don't think he wants to take that fight. And yeah, he instantly backs away. Not worth it, but Adder, he's holding his ground alone.
It's a little HP. They just wanted to get rid of Pony.
All right. Trailblazer comes out.
He's gone. Here comes Tig. Tig around the corner. Going to be able to take down Randy Savage. And you still have Burno all the way out in the open. Mame's right behind them for the trade. 2 players left for Oxygen. They haven't planted yet. They're wrapping all the way back to B instead. Mame's going to be right here in the mosh pit. Ready to take him on. 6 seconds left. And Mame takes down their shotgunning Mitch. Tied scoreline.
And you've still got, I think, both the Bladestorm, yeah, Bladestorm and the Viper's Pit here.
Just pull out, blasted them in an anti-eco.
That's big for Turtle Troop.
I like this round a lot more. The play was there with the ultimate.
Should be able to try and get themselves up to that 6-point threshold.
Reckoning over towards A mid, where they kind of expected that hit to come through. 2 rounds left to play for, and Turtle Troop, they've reestablished some control after 5 rounds in a row from Oxygen. This time, Oxygen have set their sights on a little bit more of an aggressive take.
Yeah, for sure, but the spike is all the way over towards C right now, maybe looking for a contact.
I think that might have been a fake blast pack from Pony to put even more pressure towards A. I don't know exactly if that's what he meant to do, or maybe it was a misclick, but
I mean,
if he meant to try and fake blast pack control, then Oxygen have, yeah, they've expended more util to try and establish control here towards B, assuming that they've fully lost A off of that blast pack fake.
Okay, they are reestablishing mid B, though. And are reestablishing a better connection back over towards C.
Yeah, and look at this. They've rotated towards A as well. They realize that lack of control.
There you go.
What a great guiding light. Very well timed.
It's going to be 2 here for Turtle Troop. Weeded has a Viper's Pit, but not going to use it. And instead goes down in the front lines. Governor trying to take one back with the knives. Indeed does. Yet another updraft. This is what Governor does best. Picking away 1 by 1. You give him an inch, he gets a mile.
Wow.
How does he get 3?
Absolutely insane.
And somehow, some way, Oxygen are starting to crumble, but Verno, that's outrageous. This is unreal, Scuba.
Oh my God! Oh, what a round.
Oxygen, how do they recover that?
Man.
2v4.
Insane.
It seemed too good. Weeded goes down. But TTR, they have Governor going off as he's done in the last few weeks. 2nd highest ultimate kills in VCL right now. And it's all off of the Bladestorm. He gets 3, and that still wasn't enough.
Dude, this was such a chaotic round because Oxygen had, if that was a fake blast pack, that's ingenious in my opinion. It pulled all the rotates towards an extremely well-timed guy to let from Tig, re-rotated players and cued the hit from Oxygen, who had, first of all, a really good entry into sight, but Governor, with a massive triple blade storm, gives the 4v2 advantage, and then Oxygen, I don't know where the magic comes from between Verno and Scuba, but for Oxygen,
So
all
5-6
three
here.
players that we wanted to perform, Verno, Pony, and Scuba, the three main hitters, it's not an alternation of
Tough, man.
who's going to pop off today. It's all three of them are playing exceptionally well here in map 1.
Gosh, and on a side, of course, where you don't really expect
If Turtle
Agent
Troop
to have a
closes
lot of
out
impact, Randy Savage
and
is still
like
very
walk
much
into half
with
tide,
the
that'd be
rest of
big
the
for them.
team.
I don't
only
know
say
if
this,
they
by the way,
can.
because we've seen
Their econ should be good, right?
A lack of stability,
Right?
A lack of an even stat line between what is the
Chat,
core
we'll
of
go back.
Verno, Pony, and Scuba, and then bottom Mitch and Randy Savage. But again, if those two are going at the same level as the other three, I mean, Oxygen, they pretty much have the potential that they were almost reaching when they were facing G2. I mean, they took them to the brink. They had to give up a 1v4 to lose that game.
And Oxygen have, you know, I feel like between both of these two teams, Oxygen have been consistently performing better. And
Chat, we're 3 subs away from 150 over here on the new channel, man. I appreciate y'all fucking coming over here, rocking with your boy, watching some Valorant, Apex.
in a pretty dominant fashion, and I'm excited to see with these two unsigned
Kicking it with
teams.
your boy
Again, it's
over
not
here.
confirmed if Turtle Troop are going to make it into MSF. They have to win this game.
Remember tomorrow we
But
got double
in this
session
group alone, we're
of
seeing a lot of these unsigned, or apologies,
South American
not
Apex
unsigned,
over on the
open
Singularity
qualifier
channel.
teams that are hitting their stride.
This is we're gonna be doing helping out with the English
It's
broadcast
exciting
over
to
there.
see a team that went 0-2 Turtle Troop play as well as they did last week, and a team like Oxygen who, first of all, threw 2 9-3 halves in their first week of matches, and they're coming to form, beating FaZe Clan, and now it's about maintaining that form heading forward.
Yeah, it always seems like Oxygen have been so close to staying in that top 2 range in such a tight group, but now finally they are pretty much taking what's been
I
theirs
just
throughout
realized
this
it's
tournament.
in-
Again, Oxygen,
go
we've
through.
seen them mostly throughout the bottom 3
A
in this tournament, and they
technical
might
pause.
be heading into top 2 by the end of today. Folks, by the way, we are having some technical issues, and it seems like it might last a little longer than what we would like. So
Time
we're
to
actually
take a
gonna
break.
go into a quick break. We'll be right back, though, with a continuation of TTR in Oxygen.
All right. What else is going on in the world of esports today, chat? This is Valorant Challengers for Brazil. Is that tournament going on, I think, for Brazil, right? Yeah, I believe that is actually
Well,
lower bracket.
that was quick. That was so quick. You know, we went
I
to
needed
a break.
the break.
Yeah, you know, a good 10-second break, 10-second reset as we head into the last round of this half. And as we were saying, Oxygen, all these players have been performing.
Trump
Turtle
KOs
Troop,
versus who?
one more round to go to try and tie it up. And the contingency
Yeah, it's
here
lower
is
bracket
leaving
semifinals right there.
Ultimate.
Finally.
Leaving
For
Tig-
Brazil.
It's interesting because Tig has got the shotgun. Governor swings early to try and get control, and I thought they were going to leave Tig in this Viper's pit, but he actually backs away despite having the shotgun.
I think after, again, not a lot of pressure actually early into the Viper's pit, just leaves to try to support A. Oh, Pony! Adder tries to run away. He says, get back over here.
Oh,
Big
that's
kill
tough,
for
man,
Showstopper.
because
The
they had
retake
invested
potential is
that
cut.
That was insane. And now
Viper's
Verno's
pit on B,
backed all the way up to play with his util, to play with his Hunter's Fury.
and
then
Verno's
Verno
going to be able to use his
seeing
Hunter's
exactly
Fury
how
on this
good
if
they
he
are in these
wants.
post plants. Oh,
Oh.
he's gonna preload. Takedown Tig, just not ready for that. Retake is on, but Turtle Troop are far behind.
And Governor tried to even pop on the half
I
wall
don't
too,
know
but
if
Verno still takes
that
him
was
down with a
needed.
Hunter's Fury. Pony with the grenade right through the wall. The cascade for Mame, not
It
allowing
turns
the
out
red
it ends up
carpet
not
that
really
he
mattering.
wanted.
7-5
A 1v4
for Oxygen.
now for
Nice.
Weeded that gets cut immediately
first
by
half.
Scuba. Oxygen, a good attack half as they go in to second half with a lead.
Yeah, I think despite how close this has been, or as close as it looks, this has been Oxygen kind of running the show. 5 rounds in a row, 3 successful plants, or not successful plants, but getting the spike down 3 rounds in a row, even when Turtle Troop were winning. There was no response for Turtle Troop up until the tail end of this round, or tail end of this half. And even then, Oxygen's again, like they've been manipulating this map.
I want to look at this qualifier over here.
Yeah,
for
Oxygen again, continuously just getting to the objective, getting to the plants.
Never mind.
And again, Turtle Troop, even when they were winning,
Doesn't show updated scores for Zephyr Showdown for qualifier number 1 today, which we didn't get the cast because they didn't have a broadcast. We'll be over there next weekend, though,
Get to see now TTR.
Jack's is pretty cool. These next weekend, we're going to cast literally APAC South, APAC North, South America, and EMEA all in the same weekend.
On the defensive side, and you already see it. Quadruple swing out of A main.
Governor's fast here, but Oxygen are quicker. They've already goal pushed over towards A. That will be side control here over towards C.
You got the entirety of the squad, though,
at least in range.
Pushing up behind. You can kind of watch them here. I'm kind of surprised they don't separate. So you got the entirety of the squad trying to push this way right now.
It won't. It's not even turned behind. It was turned for the mid swing, and there goes Pony, gonna be able to take down one. The battle for Mound.
Hold on, though.
Heavy, and for TTR, it's collapsible. Oxygen in one fell swoop. 4 players out of Mound. All 5 players are gone in the span of 10 seconds.
And that's how hard.
That was a really well coordinated push, honestly.
The way that this Mound is set up, that if you don't swing from the same side, well, again, against 4 players of Oxygen flanking, you're gonna be giving up 1v2s on either side of the Mound. If you swing together, then you risk posing a flank from the other side of the Mound. So it's just a tricky fight for Turtle Troop in general to play that flank, but Oxygen just really quick, and I mean, you can see how fast they are here. No one on Turtle Troop was expecting this 4-man flank, and they walk away, no players going down, and Investor flawless, and Oxygen, they're gonna respond with a buy here of 2 shotguns, a Phantom, and a Guardian in the mix. But this has been Oxygen that have been playing extremely well on a map that we haven't seen from either of these teams, and a map that is Turtle Troops, and a map that, well, if it goes this way, it's the first time ever that since Tig has joined, they'll lose a map in a series.
Here goes the push. It's a big, big buy for both teams. TTR, again, opting for the Stingers, opting for a full man push. No attention to any other side of the map right now.
They do slow it down just a second, but Pony got pretty good B control.
And good flash.
Like the response from Mitch, he gets a kill and he backs away. He was already ready to back away to play the retake, knowing they have the better.
So they'll be able to win the 5v4, or they'll be able to play the 5v4 retake here now, especially since.
Spot where even that might finish off.
Mitch has got it all down through the wall, taking down
How?
I mean, Mitch.
Jeez, bro.
All knowing this entire team just looks like they already have the situation already under control.
Alt line as well to set up the players from defender spawn. This is Oxygen. This is an Oxygen that honestly I wasn't prepped to see. This was a red hot Turtle Troop, and in these first 2 rounds they've been outclassed here in the second half. Giving Oxygen the 9th, giving them the 2nd round, giving them a bonus moving forward. Turtle Troop will have to take an eco. Given the new economy changes, well, not really the new economy changes, but the price increase for the Stinger, they're not going to be afforded the exact same buy where in the past you could get 2 back-to-back Stinger rounds. This time around it's. Oh gosh, they actually are going for it. I think with Spikeman actually gives them just enough. My bad.
I mean, at the expense of a good gun.
Dude, but why would you do this here, though?
Yeah, that's kind of what it. No, I don't think so.
Because this is gonna turn 9 into 11 if you don't win this, bro. Oh, dude, I don't know, man.
I miscalculated. It actually gives them this full.
Yeah, that's true. Going in. As now Oxygen, they do have a little.
I don't know if I like
this
decision.
Over towards Mound and Scuba on the front side with the Guardian, just needing to spray away. Any of these Stingers should be able to take him out, and indeed they do. Mitch around the corner, however, the only person remaining here on C, has the Phantom, has a little bit of utility to use. Mame down incredibly low.
Figure face is probably gonna, not face. Pony's probably gonna push the door here in a second.
A little bit late to the party. Also goes wrestling with his Phantom. Mame just on 12 HP.
Yeah. This is tough, bro.
One more
nice
Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, one more here. I think Mitch should be guaranteed to get it. Unless it was Randy Savage that finds his killer Pony to get the kill. But Oxygen
is relatively low.
Again to Turtle Troop.
You'd prefer Mitch? Yeah, you'd prefer Mitch to get this.
This time, off of a fault line for Mitch is what diffused up the swing from Scuba, and ultimately, Oxygen.
Or
again,
you know, just
holding down the line at 10.
Shotty him from distance. I mean, whatever. That works. That works too.
An 0-3 start here in the second half. And that
brother.
was in 3 rounds of taking map number 1. Oxygen has steered clear of any troubles here so far in this first map of this series.
At least for now. Again, they win this round. They should have an incredibly comfortable rest of the map. This is realistically the last chance that we'll see for TTR to try to bring this one back in regulation.
They're going again. Aggressive here from Oxygen. A fault line here. A smoke. No, just the smoke and a dart to get the info, and a fault line to respond after with that guiding light. This establishes control here for Oxygen.
Right.
And I think if you're a Turtle Troop, you don't want to swing past that smoke because anyone could be on the other side of that mountain where you
They had
can't
more
see.
money than I thought they would. I guess that's what they're talking about as far as the plant money. On the side over on
They
Turtle
are
Troop.
contemplating utility.
And this
Try
is
to retake it, but they are just holding it.
tricky setup here because Randy is kind of on an island. Verno's going to try and support here with his Hunter's Fury. That's really all he's got. I think Randy's main goal here is hold down this tree room. Hold down and lock it in place, but they're shifting back here towards the C site. There are 2 players here, a third if you want to consider Pony to be a threat.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pony can rotate pretty quick. I mean, even really Verno could rotate quick if he wanted.
Wait. The dart not hitting. Oh, it does hit Tig barely. If they let that recon go, they immediately take with it. But it actually, what is this contemplation here? The breach, Mitch is actually thinking about rotating back over towards B, but there's already 2 players there.
He's trying to set up this aftershock here. You can see aftershock and a fault line, or at least the fault line.
Well, now he is, of course.
Alongside a Hunter's Fury combo. As soon as Scuba gets his contact, will get popped off.
Scuba!
There's
He has to stay alive here. There goes the paranoia. He's looking for at least one.
Such a
person stunned.
brilliant
No,
spot.
Smoke. He can drop. There goes the Hunter's Fury.
Bro.
There goes the chaos. Scuba finally finds one. There's still 2 to go, but the Rolling Thunder should stop the plant. It will catch both of them. And now the punishment should be there. Viper, no, there you do have the snake bite in the front side, but the kills go in. The time was already done too, so you could just have the KJ stay alive. A massive round for the map for Oxygen.
That was a phenomenal call from Mitch. Comboing his fault line and his Hunter's Fury. I mean, the setup there for C was the dart gets the contact, smoke gets dropped, they're expecting some kind of hit. And so they set up here for a combination with that fault line and Hunter's Fury. That was beautiful from Oxygen. And now, investing those ultimates may look to some viewers as costly, but you've reset Turtle Troop and you're almost guaranteeing yourself 12 here, unless things go horribly awry.
Yeah, Turtle Troop have to do something crazy here to even make that possible. But there's only one here over towards B. There's really a site where they could do it. They are at the right one. But they have to back out. Just one shock dart ends up doing it.
Mitch is going to creep under this turret. They'll have Scuba break it, so I don't know if Turtle Troop are going to be ready for this kind of fast pounce. Randy is ready for a play on the flank. But I feel like you need all the manpower to hit this site, and it's just weakening the site hit a little bit more.
Mitch in a good spot just to instantly flash out.
Ooh, Adder is getting kind of
The turret went
aggressive.
down. His
The key
cubby
thing
was
here
going to be
is
checked no matter what.
You have a really good combination with this Viper's Pit and this Reckoning on this A site. You pop the ultimate, if he can cover in kind of the midsection.
Randy's going to back down.
Then
Let them out on
Viper's
this side a
Pit
little
can
bit.
take up a lot of space, but they're actually pushing around towards defender
Look
spawn.
at Scuba!
This is really smart.
Scuba's fully ready for it. Oh, Governor's fully ready for it. How does Scuba get ready for it? How does Governor get that? Pony now holding from above, and he's able to get 2 massive kills. You still have Pony, still have the showstopper.
What?
He's still trying to play around, still trying
How'd
to
he
waste
step
a
through
little
there
bit of
after
time, but with
the
the spike and spawn, time will
showstopper?
continue to dwindle.
Flashes between both of these sides as well. Tig.
I don't think they have enough time.
No more flashpoint here for Mitch.
14.
They will get. They're gonna
12
get the spike
seconds.
free. Mitch
He
gets his
got
life up
it!
as well.
Wow.
The huge 1v1.
Really well
giveaway.
done. They actually do have
Verno's now
time.
left in a
That's
1v1
really well
fight.
done.
Spike down. How have they pulled this back, Turtle Troop? Oh
Tig,
my gosh.
How did they do that?
Wow.
An eBay thrifty. At the best time for Turtle Troop, at the only
That's a
time for
big
Turtle
round
Troop.
when you need that.
Keeps them alive, keeps Oxygen off of map points, and they save 2 ultimates between Weed and Mame and earn a 3rd from Tig. Life has been given back to Turtle Troop. And a huge round to pick up, but that was the backbreaker. That was the deal breaker. You lose that round, Oxygen on 12, and a chance to close it out. With 7 opportunities had that round gone Oxygen's way. Now Turtle Troop set their sights here on B. Reckoning available and the Viper's Pit to set themselves up for another round win.
Yeah, like you said, that combo for post plant is so deadly. But I mean, especially in these tight sites, especially on B, especially on A, where you're essentially jumping into a mosh pit to be able to even be able to touch the spike.
Crazy dart coming out there from Verno. Forcing a re-clear on this Trailblazer. Pony might get caught out here in a second, though. He's not careful, and not careful at all.
Oof. Such a big position for Pony. It just couldn't ever get exposed, not show a single pixel.
And Oxygen now switching up the tempos, bringing 2 players back, and Turtle Troop are abusing that fact.
It's a similar spot for Scuba.
He's going to force Turtle Troop to play now towards C. Apologies, lack of control is forcing Oxygen to get up with that rotate.
Wait, he's rotating.
Why is Scuba rotating away from C?
Scuba's falling for it.
And that's perfect. There's no info grab here in C. It's just going to be the free sight for them, and Scuba just might go down. He's looking to tap some heads. And indeed, he
I don't understand why you'd rotate away there.
Man advantage still for TTR.
Full sight control. 2 different points of a retake here for Oxygen. Mitch has got his work cut out for him with Justice Spectre. It'll be hard to see him winning this fight here against Governor unless a flash comes in. Even then, Reckoning's still available.
Flash white swing. There's still 2 people outside too.
A lot of post-lane util here, and yeah, it'd be weird to see Mitch win this fight.
Well, let's see. It still has 5 seconds for a stun. There's 2 people already in the middle of sight. They already used the nanoswarms, though, just chunking time off the clock. And both 3 players down for Oxygen. Turtle Troop, they want their way back into this game.
Not playing for the exec there. Or
they won't have full invest here. They'll probably do a mixed buy. Gets them to 8. If they can win 9, it gets this to 11 to 10. Because of how everything's sitting.
Their map pick, mind you that.
Question is, are you going to be able to do it?
And Oxygen, with just a Guardian in the hands of Scuba. We're so close to a 12th round. But everything is falling back to Turtle Troop. Quick, quiet default here, leaning towards A. The orb to cover up the cross. And a fake push towards B as well. So this is a lot of info denial here from Turtle Troop. Oxygen are being forced to invest players to take jiggles, to take peeks, and to ultimately lock players into their sights. And with the contest being towards B and A, Scuba started to rotate as well.
It is, however, giving Oxygen a little bit exposed towards either C or B. They're putting a lot of attention right now over towards A, and the fact that they put up util outside of C, maybe to push them back over towards A, just hoping that that plan works out, but it just won't. You do have, however, retake ulti from the Harbor. That just won't do much.
Get the plant down.
I think
that C's been
Adder stick around on site. Yeah,
pretty common today.
He can get any exits.
Most days, to be fair. Right, like, I mean, if we're being honest.
Never mind. Turtle Troop securing here the 8th round unless Oxygen can do something explosive. They've got a full kit on Verno. Yeah, Adder is sticking around to fight here.
Okay. Tried to molly off at least one angle.
Oh,
it should be 5 for Turtle Troop. Just stacking up the old points.
Here's the round that matters. If you win this round, it turns into 10.
Gives Adder his lockdown.
You've got momentum where you need it.
Kind of hoping he would stick around in sight. Sticking around in sight does give him that ultimate for this next round. So the ult cycling here from Turtle Troop has been really, really solid. Read It still has that Viper's Pit. And Oxygen, again, know the stakes, have to win this round. Otherwise, this goes 10 to 11. Turtle Troop been managing their economy well enough as well, where even if it does get to map point for Oxygen, they can contest with one more buy. This is aggressive from Turtle Troop. A much different look off of Mitch's fault line. And how do Turtle Troop respond? We've seen similar notions of aggression from Oxygen, a dart, push from Pony to
stop at some point, though.
But Turtle Troop aren't afraid of it. They're expecting players to walk through this smoke. And Adder's already posted up for a lockdown if he wants to drop it.
But they have incredible positions, though. These don't get revealed. It could be a massive, massive fight to Oxygen, and they found both. They found both of close. Scuba from up top, revealed. That's just the positioning. TTR can't actually punish off of it. Over towards C, there's 2 players ready for the rotation.
They force a lot of util out of Oxygen as well. The paranoia, the nade, the boombot. A lot of util just got sucked out of Oxygen off of a single Trailblazer. And I think this is a fake sell from Adder. If he wants to pop the lockdown here, it could work, but he just crosses for free. No way he crosses for free.
For
he could
free!
With his team and play the lockdown as well towards C if he wants.
There goes a take on to C. Is he gonna hit an alarm bot? No, he just runs right into Pony instead. Doesn't even matter. Here comes the hold though. Verno with 1. Randy Savage is right behind him. Needs at least 2. The Viper's Pit goes up, but not able to take down the man with the Viper's Pit. This is great control here for TTR. The Viper's Pit will stay up. The spray goes through, but still the 2-on-2. Viper.
Spike down.
So they don't get that.
Down. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Are you kidding me? The time will run out. Wait, it dropped down. No.
Wow.
And the cove that was protecting the planner
Match point.
ends up breaking.
What a kill.
And that is literally could be a map deciding gunshot. Breaking the cove and with the classic from long range, winning the round there for Oxygen. And they've called a timeout because they are so lucky to get that round.
I mean, how do you even encapsulate that? That was TTR. Again, with the map control, with the site control, but with the Viper's Pit.
Yeah, I don't know how
can't
Oxygen ended up
actually
winning
fight for the
that,
back
to
of
be
site
real.
cleanly.
That was
That's
definitely
essentially
should have been
free
TTR's
spray
round.
from the other team.
That's crazy.
The trade could only come in if you see the tracers.
Yeah. It limits where, it opens up endless possibilities for where Oxygen could be in that defender side, in that C Hall area. And with the the plant spot on this map being so basic, there's like literally 2 spots you can plant in. The corner closest to C main entry, or the weird L pillar that we've seen get spammed down like 4 or 5 times. And once you ping the spot, all you got to do is spray with a classic, a vandal, break the cove. And Oxygen.
And if Oxygen wins this,
barely getting
things get interesting going to Ascent.
In that round, have no guns to work with, so Turtle Troop still have the gun advantage despite losing the last round. Still have the lockdown to play with as well. Oxygen not out of the woods just yet. If anything, them winning the last round ruined their bye even further.
TTR don't know it, that's for sure. TTR treating this like any other round. Here comes Verno. There goes the counter push coming in from Oxygen. This is good stuff from Oxygen, but TTR, again, they just have the gun advantage no matter who pushes out. They should have the 1v1 battle.
A great response from Turtle Troop. B push instantly the players on A react, get A site control, take over.
You need to make sure you keep every rifle here if you're Turtle Troop. Well, not every rifle, because you can invest anyways.
Back on the right foot here to try and make the comeback happen. Now you're not playing for the map, you're playing just for OT here. Turtle Troop, they have stabilized in this round. Vi will be back here for Oxygen.
Take on like 1 HP in a dream.
And Mummy's not too far off his reckoning. We'll see the ultimates here in a second from Oxygen and what they've got coming up, but we're gonna probably see Verno's ultimate come online, depending how late into this, how many more rounds we have left to play. The ultimates are gonna be a big deciding factor as we move forward in this.
Remaining.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't think Scuba wants to give the kill here to Mummy because it just puts him one more away from the reckoning.
Didn't know they had double Nandos.
Oh my gosh.
Investor flawless, second of the game. But of course, Turtle Troop, as we head into the next rounds, start to think about, again, not making too many individual mistakes right now. Nobody's being picked off right now. They're playing in a very safe, grouped up fashion. None of their defaults are going too deep. When is TTR going to spice things up? When is Oxygen, again, going to take up the space where they have to fight for it early on?
And they're looking for something here towards A. Both teams.
It might be A.
There's no fault line here to set up Pony and the aggression from Scuba.
Exactly what's happening.
The dart doesn't reveal anything, and Governor just gets caught off guard here from a guiding light from Tig.
It's a good start, though. Governor gets one. Because now if you can win this round,
an early take.
It gets you within one.
Map control to fight for something. They get into a 1v1 for it.
They probably just reset here as well. They know that's going to cause a reaction, and the question is, where does that reaction come from? Adder didn't see anything towards C.
Blinded.
Guiding Light will get info that, yeah, player has pushed up towards C. So what are they going to do with this info here? I think Adder's looking to get into a spot again where he can use his lockdown. Trailblazer reveals where the KJ's playing. And is this a fake, though? That's kind of what it feels like, because they've broken that mid-A door, which will allow them to play the rotate in towards B. We still have players here on A, and I think because that mid door's been broken, they stick around.
I mean, with the KJ util
they're
here,
gonna rotate
they
to
know
B,
that
though.
they have an exec actually on to B, but it's just a late one. It's just a late exec. Give them some false confidence.
Randy Savage
Wonderfully done.
All right.
He's going to look to use it here on this retake. I wonder, are Turtle Troop going to fight for it?
I mean,
It has to happen. They have to fight for it.
There it is.
Wonder if they're going to fight immediately for, again, the lockdown. No, they can't. It's only going to be one person on the front line. It's going to be Adder trying to pick away a player or two that comes out from the lockdown. But with a two-man advantage, it's not looking too bad here for Turtle Troop. However, Scuba does pick one out of nowhere. Does have a great angle. Could pick down one on his own. Indeed does.
Wow.
And does pick down Randy Savage.
There you go.
And Scuba is gone
Makes
by
it 10, which will probably make it 11 because I don't think they can
Turtle
reinvest
Troop
here this
only
round.
2 away from overtime.
Smart play. I think it's a good call. They don't fight further. They have the man advantage. 3 players from that A link. 2 players back towards the main. Love the way that this round was played. No fault line to slow down the A main peak, and that's why, apologies, not Governor. Pony gets caught off guard out towards in the middle of A main. Caught with a flash, pants down. Governor made the dash, so he gets to jump on him. And a reset here again onto Oxygen.
All right.
And a chance for Turtle Troop to put them within 1 of pushing us to OT. Lash reveals that no one pushed forward on B. He gives a lot of space here to Oxygen.
You see the game, though, for Oxygen. Putting nothing into this round. Only 1 ult point away for 2 of their players in terms of ultimates, one of them being incredibly pivotal. This is a big map, so rotations are going to come into effect, too, so that's another big ultimate.
They have A wide open if they do decide to go that way.
I'm looking at the next round. So what are they going to do with those ultimates? You're going to get guaranteed Verno's ult online.
Yep.
Scuba's as well. So there are a lot of ult combos you can do in this map. Retake on C. Deny the plant.
To be fair, you're still going to have 2 available over on the side of Turtle Troop, but that's the only 2. There ain't no way they're getting any of these other ults up.
Sends the Hunter Series from that A link over on B main, or over towards B. At A connector. Hunter Series directly towards the C main entrance. A lot of ult combination possibilities for Oxygen. And for a team that has had all 5 players playing exceptionally well, which is honestly extremely rare. It's normally either Pony, Scuba, or Verno, and it's only a combination of 2 of those players popping off.
Spike goes down.
Brought their A game here on the attacking side, and we're seeing finally Governor get unleashed. His full potential when he's not forced to, when he's not put under the stress and the strain of calling as well.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Him completely on his lonesome.
All right, so it's 44 here.
They have just a little bit too much pressure on his shoulders.
Able to back down,
Mummy
smart.
Next to him, potentially for the trade. I'm unenthused, though. There's no way that they take this one back. Surely not. Tig around the corner. He's going to have a 1v1 against Scuba. Scuba takes it down, though. However, Pony does get a kill in the middle of sight. Tig looking for a big spray. They do have a Molly lineup.
Turtle Troop.
Okay, all good. The economy doesn't matter. We're very deep into the game. Everyone dies for Oxygen, so they get the ult points they need. It's the big one to close out map 1.
4 ultimates here to work with. Oxygen with everything to play for, and Turtle Troop with everything to play for.
All right, chat.
Remember, this series
does it
matters
end
more
here
for Turtle Troop than it does Oxygen.
Or do we go to
Oxygen, yes, the point
overtime?
Comes into play.
As far as map 1, Lotus. Remember, Lotus was Turtle Troop's map.
The MSF.
They're the ones who picked it here.
Win or go home.
3 ultimates.
Right?
Seekers, Reckoning, and the Blade Storm. I think they're going to try and get fast and aggressive. This is crazy. Governor
absolutely
wanted to go
Here's
fast.
Governor from the skies again. Here comes the Blade Storm. Takes down Pony. Again, that's just the 1v1 with the duelist that we already saw before. But Verno takes it back to a 4-on-4. A random Hunter's Fury to the back of A main.
Ult gets the trade, which is worth it there. If you didn't get anything, that would have been an unfortunate waste of an ultimate. He gets a trade back.
Ooh.
Drone doesn't spot. Question marks all over here for Oxygen as to where the approach is. They've taken the gamble towards A. Assume that they can play the retake on B with the ultimate. Assume that with the control that Scuba established, this is an A approach. And they would be right. But it's right now just Mitch. And the thing is, his ultimate's good for a retake. His ultimate's good for stopping a push. And I think his position, he makes it really difficult to use his ultimate.
I've got your trail.
Adder is trying to be a pain in the side over towards that mid side if they can get the information. That rolling thunder.
All right, come on here, Turtle
There's
Troop.
only 30 seconds left. Again, Adder, he's always been here in mid just in case the team needed to make that rotation happen. And not only that, but the reckoning comes in for the take. 20 seconds left.
All right,
it's
here
gonna
they
be
come.
4-on-4.
No ultimates left in this round.
Oh no.
The Cove buys a little bit of space, but Verno catches Mummy. And Weeded, a lot of single crossfires.
Now they'll know he's
being
back
held.
there.
No support from anyone. The
Weeded.
take is just absolutely nowhere.
That's a big 1v1 for Weeded. Weeded needs to stay alive. He's going to stay around the corner. Has a couple of pixels to aim at. Here we go. Randy Savage around the corner. Weeded.
No way.
Adder around the corner doing the same. Now Verno in a 1v3. Able to get 2. Looking for the ace. 70 HP remaining. Needs to take down Tig.
Make him push into you.
There's enough time.
Wow.
But Tig takes him down
Overtime.
instead. Turtle Troop stay alive and we have overtime.
And how have they done that, Turtle Troop?
Overtime.
There was a point in time when we were 1 round away from 12. 11-5 was the score. 7 rounds won back. Here on their map pick of Lotus, Turtle Troop.
All right, come on.
Put
Overtime.
their destiny on the line.
Let's go, Troop.
Fate is in their hands. And this series again decides if they make it to the mid-season face-off. And they're not done here in map 1. Governors come through over and over on that attacking side. 23-18. We've seen them come alive on the attack. We've seen Oxygen have a blissful performance on the attack as well. I think this overtime comes down to who wins their defensive round. And there's
usually what it comes down to.
From Turtle Troop to winning these post plants, to stopping these post plant situations. And we'll see what response they have here. Oxygen, quick to the jump, are going to take A control and this A door control.
You get stopped by a single nano swarm. With that, B is actually taken up by two players now.
They know it's not going to be a hit. They just checked with the Trailblazer that no one was towards B main, but
And
I
they
think
have a
the
turret.
spot from Randy Savage is actually going to keep these players. Yeah, because Randy Savage was towards C. They know a B hit can come through, and Adder wanted info.
They're through. Tig can't do anything other than spray through the wall. No way he bursts through.
Sucks. You lost Adder, so you lost your.
You just
Some
can't
of your
Turtle
utility.
Troop. They're at the man disadvantage going into this retake in Oxygen. They're not letting go of sight whatsoever.
Oh,
There
fake
goes the fake
flash.
flash, though. That's a Tig special. Pony around
Oh
the corner.
my gosh.
Destroyed by Tig. This was a man disadvantage, but now it's a 2-man advantage. 2 players remaining. Scuba and Verno.
Player standing.
Isolated. Governor gets another one. Scuba in the deep. He just might drown.
Wow.
Sink or float, he sinks to the bottom. And Turtle Troop have put themselves
Switching
on map
sides.
point here
Match
on their
point.
map pick of Lotus. And Oxygen, so many opportunities to close out this map. A chance to
Oxygen
get on to
timeout.
12, missed in an anti-eco round. A chance to close it out, but it was Turtle Troop that found every ounce in them to win the 4 rounds in a row to push us to OT.
What do you even do with that, man? Like,
Gosh, yesterday.
golly, bro.
Going into the beginning
That's
of
tough.
yesterday, Oxygen needed to win this game. We said it before, and it might just be true. They may have dodged a bullet by not needing to face this Turtle Troop, because Turtle Troop, 8 out of the last 9 rounds going their way, and they absolutely needed every single one of them to stay in this game. This is such a dangerous Turtle Troop, and it just keeps getting more dangerous. Governor, his kill total is just at about 12, 13 at half. We're now looking at 26, almost a 30 bomb by the end of the game. Where's the pop-off for Oxygen? We mentioned Randy before. I mentioned him like in the first half when he had like 8 kills. Now we check back with him. He's at 9. Such a pivotal position, though. He's on the defense, and Oxygen posts up again. What is this play over towards A? It's four players.
It's going to be a dart, nade, fault line, smoke to try and get A control. But how quick is their response to rotate off?
Such heavy util over towards C2.
No. They're silent. They're trying to bait a response, and they're just trying to punish
jump peek.
here.
The jump peek spotted 2. They're going to pop, though. We did. Waiting for it. There's 4 players in their spawn. The element of surprise doesn't work. Weeded around the corner, gonna be able to get one.
He got 2.
Gets yet another one. It's a massacre.
That's a win. A huge win for Turtle Troop as Weeded finds 3. That could be the round. There's nobody left on the C site. Swarms will only buy time for the rotate, but you're out of man disadvantage. And I hate to say it, it's statistically 2 of the worst players in Oxygen. Randy Savage sitting at 9 kills. Mitch has had a great game. They both had great first halves. But where are they now? Here they are in the 2-1-3 retake to keep this map alive. And Adder's there to greet them with a turret and himself.
3rd most kills in North American Valorant history under the belt of Randy Savage. Mitch, a tenure in Tier 1, looking to make it back to that level. Here we go. 3 players in the middle of site. There's going to be 1 right behind the spike, 1 over towards ramp, but 1 with the cross. Governor is the one, and Mame has
This was
the double
11 to
time.
5,
14 to
and
12.
Turtle Troop just came back to win this map.
Scratch
Holy
and claw
smokes.
their way to a map 2.
Seriously doing, in my opinion, the unthinkable.
Wow.
From 11 to 5 down.
That's insane,
on
bro.
an anti-eco round, by the way. On their eco round, right, Oxygen had everything going for them to push them onto map point. They had 4 chances when they got to 12. Where Turtle Troop, like you said, claw their way back and somehow win map number 1 here.
It's just impossible to think about on that defensive side. Turtle Troop, I just didn't think they had it. I just didn't think they had that power, and indeed they did it. In the first half, almost every single round where Oxygen had an opportunity for a plant, they got it 90% of the time. But in that second half, how does Turtle Troop do it?
And I think it's a big mixture of attacking side comfortability, players like Governor coming back to the forefront as we want from him. Again, he's a guy that undertakes IGL leadership without the stress of being the IGL. He gets unleashed, and Governor, and that second half, a key figure and a key player for that comeback here for the side of Turtle Troop.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So there you go. The aspects are finally combining for this team a little bit. And Oxygen, again, they're not fighting for anything other than circuit points right now. They could just be some pals real quick and just let Turtle Troop into playoffs with them. But it's come down all the way down to the wire for a reason. Oxygen is fighting for those circuit points, those all-important circuit points for the end of the split. And they're going to have to continue to fight in the second map, as we'll be right back after the break.
Map 2 we go, champ.
I think everybody. Like, we're that kind of team where it's like we just go in and just go for the trade.
So, to Ascent.
Like, nobody really hard baits or anything like that. Never had that issue.
Of course, Ascent's a pretty fun map to watch.
So, I just pick anybody on our roster.
One person I can trust to trade me always would definitely be Jonah 6. I think he's never afraid to either go in or be like the second fragger in, and he's definitely someone I can rely on.
The one player on my team that can always trade is me, because I usually play that role. I'm like the flex player, and I'm second in behind Zeldris usually. And I always tell Zeldris, yo, just go in with my flash or something, I'll trade you. So definitely
I don't think we've seen too much Ascent towards the back end of this weekend, have we?
I don't know, Trent's just insane, you know what I mean? Like, I'll literally do anything to like set my team up.
You kind of have to pay some respect to this.
Indeed they do. They're going to have to try to press in the flowers, but now Trent's there for support. So now they have to try to start backing up. Now they do get the kill, though. Trent able to get the Hunter's Fury in play.
Probably Corey. I feel like he's always going in first, and if he's not going first, he's going in second. So it's like he's gotten really good at like just trading or just getting his entries. It helps a lot.
Corey will get the trade and probably get one more. So it's like, I'll just die and Corey's gonna get 2. So I get mine, pretty much. Yeah, Corey's definitely a good trader. He doesn't miss.
Alongside the Stinger, here we go. EU around the corner on the outside of the smoke! Wow!
Trent. I think somehow Trent will always find like the craziest way to trade. Whether it's like a spray transfer, like a flick one tap, like he just like somehow pulls the trade out of a hat and like gets it every time. It's crazy.
I mean, honestly, everyone, but especially Trent, because he's just like mechanically insane. So if he's baiting me, I know he's gonna get the kill.
Can always trust Trent to get his kill, even if I have to sacrifice myself. He'll always win his fights, and people know that. So when they see Trent's alive, they're just naturally intimidated and scared.
And how about the crossfire from the guard?
I think Jonah's good at trading, and just he has like good comms, so he's like always with you. He'll be like, yeah, I'm with you, or like peek this, and then I'll peek, and then he'll be right behind me. So I feel like Jonah.
Do you want to ask your favorite player a question after their match? Forget their in-game settings? The Fan Zone encompasses fan banners, a player settings channel, and a lot more. Here's how you can join to gain access to interact with fellow fans, cheer on your favorite team. Firstly, join the Discord at pks.gg/discord. Select NA Challengers Fan Zone. Pick your favorite team from the drop-down menu. And don't forget to show off that banner in Discord and on your socials. And that's it. You're in. You can now interact with fellow fans, ask player questions, and rep your team properly.
Yo, check it out. Want to know if the price of those Wave Runners is too good to be true? Or if I Wear My Kicks 49 is truly selling dead stocks? Or if that Jordan 1 Royal Box is original? eBay checks. See that little blue check mark? Behind it is a team of independent authenticators who check. And we mean everything. Every tongue, check. Every toe box, check. Every corner of every box, check, 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 check. Every logo, every label, every lace loop. Yeah, it's checked. The luster of the leather, the topography on the tags, to the straightness of the stitching on the sole. Everything you can see, and even some things you can't.
Really?
Then they tag them, log them in the system, box them up, and ship them out, with no cost for the buyer or seller. eBay checks, so the moment you open that box is as real gets.
And we come back to the desk, much like Turtle Troop comes back in the series, taking things 14-12 after a 7-5 first half in favor of Oxygen. That was a massive comeback, but when you even just hear that, you have to take into consideration that they were down
11-5.
At 11-8, I think was where I saw it last. It was 11-5. If I'm not mistaken, they just won round after round after round after round.
Crazy,
they let one round slip away there, Gus, but ultimately that was Turtle Troop's second half, and they didn't slow down when they hit OT either.
Yeah, they had to win 7 out of the last 8 rounds in regulation for them to even have overtime. Again, the game at the very beginning, it seemed like both teams had the right idea on how to play Lotus, and Oxygen were just kind of charging up a little bit. But Oxygen, once they got their footing on the defensive side in terms of retakes, it was on. Turtle Troop had 3 straight rounds where they had won off of defuse, and then after that, Oxygen just kept on flying. But in the second half, we finally had that Turtle Troop attack effect finally come into play. Governor absolutely exploded in the second half, went 12-8. We did, going 15-8 in the second half. Just overall, everyone who needed to pop off for Turtle Troop in the second half were able to do so.
No, in Governor, we had phenomenal second halves. Both teams had really strong attacking sides, and one player in particular, Pony, was popping off on the attack, but he slowed down dramatically. He had 8 first kills. That makes up half of his team's first bloods. And you look at the stats, Oxygen had 6 more first kills than Turtle Troop, but still managed to lose this series. And I think that kind of just speaks as a testament, Bach, to how hard they got shut down on their defensive side. It was really just Oxygen dominating the attack, and then when it came to the defense, they were just not existent.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was the story for both sides, but Turtle Troop just had a little bit more oomph behind their defense. Just a little bit more was all they needed. And you got to shout out Verno as well, who played pretty consistently across both halves. Still, I mean, you look at like the disparity there. The first bloods that
so then the question becomes as far as for
his team, 16 in general, just being a
this
high
next
number
game
across one single team.
Can Oxygen
only converting on 12
be
of
okay
those,
with still coming in with a loss?
Good, usually.
Expecting that it might have ended up that way anyways, but it's like the way that it happened, right? The fact that
just problematic. You would hope, I've 16
Turtle
first
Troop
kills,
just
12 round wins.
I mean, had that sort of comeback.
Maybe your opponent doesn't already have 14 rounds. You're looking at like maybe an earlier score or something. It's just definitely disappointing, but you got to give credit to Turtle Troop. They stayed in it. It was looking pretty dire at times, and that's when Weeded really woke up. I mean, Weeded was the clutch king for this team, multiple times having huge rounds. He had a 3K towards the end to try and seal the deal and win things in overtime. He had that huge 2-piece on the site in the post plant as well. I look at him as the player who really stepped up when they needed him. Yes, Governor played great in both halves. Weeded had a weak first half, but a really strong second half. But it was how his kills came to be that mattered the most.
Yeah, I think it was more so for Turtle Troop, not how they started, but how they finished. And they finished in exceptional fashion. I think now it's about closing out this series. At first, I mean, we expected this game to be really close. Oxygen has always been a team that's able to contest at the high levels. And so I'm looking at Oxygen saying, hey, wake up those players. Randy Savage, unfortunately, just bombed out of the second half. And so I'm looking at Randy Savage saying, hey, step up. I'm looking at, obviously, Pony to say, hey, can you keep that form going that we saw in the attack and bring it into the second map?
Well, the second map is just about ready to go live. We are moving on over to Ascent. Much more familiar territory for both teams. We'll see what they bring to the table.
Right after this.
And Turtle Troop, in this second map, they've got a lot riding for them. It's either you win this map and you make it to MSF, or you got to do another roundabout here for map number 3. And it's not a confident map. They played it once in Split 1, and they got crushed 13-4 versus FaZe Clan. Granted,
all right, so time for Ascent.
That was when they had no Tig and no Mummy, so things definitely are going to be a little bit different this time around, I'd imagine.
Looks like we're going to have
and not only that, but Oxygen,
mirror
since the last time that they
as
played
well.
this map, it's been a full calendar month. Surely they might have some new stuff cooking in their kitchen, but it actually doesn't look like that's happening. They're going to stick to the same composition going into this game, but of course, more importantly, again, Turtle Troop, they haven't played this since their player changes, so how do they change?
And the surprising thing is that they are running the exact same combination, just a slight switch up, obviously, with Governor now taking the duelist role and then putting Mummy on the initiator. Adder has always played KJ here on this map, so you're giving Governor, the guy that has been looking unstoppable on the duelist, an opportunity to play duelist here on Ascent. And
Chad,
so
has anybody checked out the Diablo 4 beta that's been going on this weekend?
Need to close this map out to make the mid-season face-off. And Oxygen, it's all about points here in the circuit for them.
Already going to start off with a little bit of a bang. Tig. Oh, okay, the shock dart not doing anything in terms of taking away the turret, but yet another one just to try to pick up some more chip damage. But Oxygen right now playing very spread. Governor getting dinked. Having to back up, but he's actually still fighting for this. Governor, what's going on?
These players on the A side are fighting for control, and a knife as well to clear out wide, and I
got
guess
a piece
look
of
for
him.
players on A, but the spike is still leaning towards B. And Oxygen, not exactly sure where they want to go. Turtle Troop have even taken back control of B main. Have a player still posted up on A, and their mid is pretty safe. An alarm bot towards Cat, and 2 players here ready to greet these 3 players approaching.
Okay, they are going to separate too with the smokes. Pony somehow staying alive. Poor Mame, man. Around the corner, though, Tig. A massive opportunity for a 2K. Slips out of his hands. There's one person in the back of B, but Weeded still trying to hold on to stairs. Governor, it's a sheriff in that back line. Could get some headshots here. Adder is here to help. Governor is the only one here, though. A 1v3 after Adder goes down. They don't even know about the flanker either. It's not going to matter. 20 seconds left. don't really think they have too much time to actually make their way over towards A, but they're still going to do it. 15 seconds left. Governor, again, 40 HP, looking to swing, looking to cut at least one of these players off. Again, 10 seconds left. They need to land into the middle of sights, and indeed they will.
An almost impossible 1v3 third now, and 21 HP. All three of these players have a ghost, so all it takes is a single body shot, and Pony's already made the read. Rotating through mid, Pony's going to take him down. And Oxygen will take the pistol round here on their map pick of Ascent. To reiterate it, we're looking at Pony to maintain his form. He was great on the attack of Lotus and kind of teetered out towards the end of the second half. Started the second half early, so for Oxygen, we know what they're capable of on the attacking side. It's the players that we expect in Pony, Scuba, Verno, all maintain the form that we saw and that we know they're capable of, because that's what it's all about here. They played good, but they couldn't hold it up towards the end.
I mean, we're seeing now the unlocked Governor on a sort of Jets Paradise map like Ascent. This is really the map where a lot of those flashy plays that we saw.
So Oxygen starts off with the pistol.
Updrafts, Blade Storm plays that we saw from Governor going to be even more prevalent on this map.
Yeah. And between him and Pony, and the reason why they're that head-to-head is because they are the big catalyst for this team. Scuba's a main proprietor of Oxygen, and I call him the catalyst in the sense that if he doesn't have a good game, well, they're probably just not going to win.
He's just so good that he's just supposed to have that impact.
Yeah, we expect that from him. But for Pony, it's like last map, that head-to-head, it was Pony that started stronger, but it was Governor that finished in a better form than Pony, and that's what it's all about.
Are they going to look to rotate this over to A now?
Great. If you have a weak first half, that's fine.
Turtle Troop, which is going to leave A wide open, or B wide open.
That's what Governor did in the last map, and that's what we expect from Pony. Sometimes it is a duelist diff, and last map it really was, because that guy was like 28 in 17, Governor. So it does matter at a certain point just how good your duelist is.
They are lining up still very similarly to each other. I mean, in terms of the first kill, first deaths, yes, of course, Pony did have more, but they had the same ratio. Pony had 8 and 8. Governor had 4 and 4. We're always going to be those moments where there's those two duelists going to be on the front side, and it just looks like they have the same efficiency right now. As long as it's consistent, that's all that matters. Going back into the next rounds, you already need to focus up on the fact that Turtle Troop.
And now going to try and go out.
Pony was hunting to get another kill for his Blades.
On this T side.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I thought he was going to go on the T side, try and get an exit frag. Not the case, though.
Could get a rifle from Randy Savage here, right? And then pass over his Spectre, and then he's going to be playing with his Blade Storm if they lose this round. So, or at least in the fourth, because this is their bonus. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that exchange happen between Pony and Randy Savage.
Yeah.
And Turtle Troop, they'll have their rifles out. We'll buy on the board here. And Adder, a player that has been, I think, incredibly good. Did not have the best performance in the last map. We know what he's capable of. When he was an initiator, this is a map that he's always been a KJ on, so
exactly.
See if he is more comfortable on this side, if he can't perform to the expectations that we want from him. For now, Oxygen, march up towards mid.
On the front side. Pony's going to be the one to peek, but don't look like they're going to be committing to Cat either. They want a bit of this mid control, but that paranoia position, so nice for them to actually be able to make their entrance into Cat. The paranoia's a bit early, too.
They're fast here, though. It's not even a full hit towards A.
They did pull that rotation. They heard it.
And yet, Tig is just by himself here.
It's got to be Tig. Tig might go wild. Tig with one. Second player over towards Market. And he's safe. Nobody in main able to take him down. Tig, fast and furious out of there.
So smart from Tig as well. Knows the pressure was coming
Adder's
from
going to wait, but he's got people to help on this other turn.
Takes a player down to give himself cover. And now, with Oxygen, 2 versus 5 here. Oh, they're pulling it back.
That's got to be it, though. Okay.
I'm going to say they made that a little bit more expensive than it needed to be, but
Governor had the position, but in a millisecond, essentially. Oxygen takes it back to a 2-on-2. But this is the catalyst, of course. Tig, the only person here in B, hears the footsteps coming in from Market, knows that that's pretty much his last battle. People can come out of main and take him down, so he just had to take that position as quickly as possible.
And Oxygen posting themselves all up outside.
Yeah, we may only watch the first game today, man.
This time, Governor is alone towards mid. There's a dart set up for
I'm
him
gonna be honest with y'all.
control. I'm curious to see where that dart goes and how it's gonna set him up, and he doesn't actually take anything off of it. Oxygen are trying to split this mid area. No real approach towards A. The knife from Turtle Troop gives them full confidence and full clearance. You'll see the way they start to adjust their setup. They want to focus attention towards Cat here. They have no players watching.
They're going to be fine in garage now. Just the one smoke is going to be enough.
Alarm bot broken early in this round. And that shifts back Governor.
They know that full mid control is there. They have to force a player back, but they still have 2 over towards A. That is a good counter, though. Once again, flash setup alongside the smoke in Cat. Forcing a lot of utility, forcing the knife, forcing a smoke back in A main.
Knife cleared a good chunk of A main and all of Garden.
Didn't see anyone.
Nothing. And it will be Oxygen who are starting to ramp up the tempo towards A. The thing is this tree garden area severely weakened, as it's only Weeded who has, and I would say, you know, not weakened if it was Weeded, but he only has a stinger. Good paranoia though, slows it down.
Absolutely, he's been waiting for that this entire time. Weeded finally pops out, but again, it's only a stinger. He can only do so much. Able to only take down one. There's one flanker coming in from heaven. No, Verno, no! Taking away his own teammate with the Hunter's Fury. 9 seconds left, 8 seconds left. They just don't have time. Verno will not get the plant down, and it's a tragedy for Oxygen.
Wow.
And this exec felt, honestly, just a little wonky. A little bit miscued, even, if you will.
Tough round to lose, man. Hard to give away, I should say.
I could see the vision to try and pave a path to those players in tree, but
Absolutely
I think we did a phenomenal job. Very well-timed paranoia. Beats out the smoke, and, you know, getting one is all you could ask for from that guy if we did. He does exactly that, and Oxygen, fortunate enough, will be able to get another buy. Pony had his Blade Storm online. This time around, they are going to contest A main a little bit more heavy here.
Get out of my way.
Setting up Pony to try and get something. Avoids the knife and will be able to have his Blade Storm here for an exec.
It is going to be that reposition, though, for Oxygen. They are making noise back over towards B main.
I wonder if Oxygen...
They are inching back over towards mid.
Having already qualled...
It's tougher now where TTR continuously have
like,
not
had
an
purposefully
eye
isn't playing
on
for
the
real,
mid
but
side,
like...
nobody in market.
Having that confidence or having that, like, sense of security might not have them
Staying
having their foot all the way on the gas.
Just letting the utility clear.
Looking to break this alarm bot again. The alarm bot allows Governor to double up here with Weeded, strengthening this A defense, and they're not pouncing on B. Yes, they break that, and yeah, there's the shift. Weakening now the A side. This is where Oxygen, I think, are going to look to end towards A after breaking the alarm bot.
Has to be a big burst, though. They're not going to be able to clear stairs. Pony's completely on his own here, but this is just danger.
They're not buying
You hear someone spraying away at a position like that, and surely you have to commit at least a bit of a rotation. That's kind of what they did. They only have one back over towards their spawn, and they still have 2 on A here to hold. The Blade Storm is still out for Pony, still out for Blood, and A just might be empty. They might be looking for a retake.
Nice paranoia, though, comes out from Weeded to slow things down. Everyone is here from Turtle Troop.
Mitch from Cat actually getting a big kill. That spray from the ground doesn't do anything. The plant does finally go down, though, and now they can focus on the frags. Scuba looking for the swing from Dice, and Burn. Wow, what a spray through the smoke. The fake from Mummy, and he immediately gets off for the frag. And yet another ult point for him to get the ulti, too. Turtle Troop actually land right in and ruin Oxygen's day on A.
What a flash, though, from Mummy that sets up Weeded for the double kill. And Turtle Troop, I think, reading the situation really well. Not overcommitting, not over-rotating. Weeded in a perfect spot as well. Honestly gets his rotation really well timed. The alarm bot breaks, but no one on Turtle Troop is antsy on a rotation towards B. And that's where Weeded drops the paranoia, sets himself up towards heaven, where Mummy sets him up with a flash. Just a great round from Turtle Troop. And Oxygen, is this a barrel in towards A? They have the null command if they want to try and make it happen.
Yeah.
there can't be that much of a response. It's only going to be Weeded in the middle of A, but he has a Euro rifle. He does have the Phantom ready and ready to go. And the Point Storm.
Okay. Oh my god, the last one.
Just the point-and-click adventure game for Governor, easily getting 2. Scuba's the last one remaining. He has a Stinger and a sidearm to use.
Now
and those
Turtle
are gone.
Troop.
Yeah, you said it. You said it. This is the map where
This is going to be a big round. If they can shut down this round from Oxygen, they reset the...
Wow. Another massive play on the Blade Storm.
Econ.
Puts Turtle Troop in a comfortable spot. Picks up the operator as well. And Oxygen, I think, yeah, good time to call a timeout. How do you break down this defense of Turtle Troop? I think first start is, yeah, breaking that alarm bot. Maybe use Vernus' shock dart, break the alarm bot. That weakens the A hold, shifts a player towards mid, and then you hit towards A. I mean, that round was Weeded anchoring it down really well.
Yeah.
But I think questions for Oxygen is, yeah, just kind of figure out how to break down this defense. They haven't tested B at all, and I want to see that. See what they want to do over there.
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing a lot with it in terms of, you know, always the potential, always a contact over towards mid, always a contact in B main. And honestly, it's just leaving Turtle Troop continuously needing to invest a player back in an empty spot, always investing a different piece of utility for them to actually be able to rotate.
Timeout here, and you can understand
that's all
why.
they want at this point. They want at least some of those factors to be easier.
2 ults here, 2 ults here on either side.
Comes in by the time those players on B end up coming back towards A. But yeah, it would be interesting to actually see a B take, and it looks like maybe our wishes might be granted.
I think they're going to do what they've been doing, which is I think the knife comes out from, what is it, Mame over towards A, or at least...
It is usually the B wish for the KJ.
Attack? There could be a shark... Oh, never mind. I was going to say there could be a shark attack if Mummy swings cat with a flash, but no. The old command gets popped and it will be a B hit, but what? It's 2 players hitting the B site, and Pony's got the spike, and all 3 are over towards...
This could be dangerous. Scuba does have TP.
He's in the TP. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scuba does have TP. Oh, there you go. There you go. Moth to the flame.
IQ? Is this 1,000 IQ? What is this play?
Is it 1,000 IQ? That was a 2-man push of B. Both players could have easily gone down in that push, but instead, it's just Moth to the flame. It's just players getting in the right position over towards A. But again, it's only 2 players now. Scuba and Randy Savage. They now have to collect the 4-man retake. Mame just
it's gonna break their bank here too, man.
Randy Savage and Scuba drowns.
That more than likely
with a double at the
guarantees
end.
Turtle
And
Troop
now we
6,
just continue to scratch our heads.
Round, but Oxygen is not going to be able to invest in this next one.
That was an obscene idea. Whoever the chef is, I mean, like, it's a great experimental dish, but I think my main issue with that exit is you immediately remove 2 players from the fight. Like, it's just sacrificing Pony's life and Mitch's life over on B. And that's, I mean, yeah, they get the kills, but the thing is the way that Turtle Troop rotated is they just hovered around mid to the point where they were quick enough to get to A. So, I mean, they cooked and, like, they put out a good appetizer, but they just entree, salad, dessert.
I don't know why people
blew up in their face.
And the dessert. Yeah, I guess they can really finish it off.
And now they're Hunter steering play. I completely missed this play just because I was so emphatic in the last round.
No, we're just hungry at this point. Pony does get a kill through the smoke with the stinger, and that's good enough for some damage onto Mame. And the easy trade back. Vernal popping the head of Tig, though. This is a 2-on-2, though. Adder, great response with the lockdown very early on. They are forced to run away from site. There is no way that they can pop this. Governor is going to have a free site. It's a free 1-on-1 for him. Here we go. Verno does have double shocks. Doesn't have the Hunter's Fury, though. Governor, 37 HP only. 1 bullet is all that Verno needs.
One shot is all it takes.
Playing with the eyes of Governor. And that smoke isn't enough for the one-way. The recon bolt is there waiting for Governor to pick off with the op. Only 1 bullet.
Bro, how many shots are you gonna miss, Governor?
5 HP left. There's no way.
He's not gonna pop out.
Verno just doesn't need to peek ever.
Don't let off, otherwise he's...
Oh, and he does it.
I thought we were gonna peek out.
He does it.
What?
Plays perfectly. With the mindset of Governor, gets the eBay thrifty. Are you kidding me?
I don't believe these rounds.
That's crazy, man.
I'm still stuck on the TP play. I'm still stuck on the TP play. That I can't think about this round, but Verno with a massive double, and then the triple to close it out here. So unlucky for Governor, who catches just the leg on that jump, and it's a full buyback for Oxygen. A weird way to pull around back, but
to say the least.
They've got a lockdown. They have a Hunter's Fury for the side of Oxygen, and Governor's gone, oh my goodness, aggressive here. He's got at least one player to back him up.
Enemy kill.
Oh, what a shot! The jump peek from Verno gets absolutely destroyed, and the dash, he's just gone.
Finds one, readjusts towards mid, re-bolsters the A defense, the same default that we've been seeing, but he changes it up in this round. Swings
Governor's
now
trying to set up for revenge up in that heaven area.
Scuba, however. TP up close is heard. You
can understand him backing down.
You do have that full mid control. This time, however, TTR, we've barely seen this. An actual presence back over towards market right now.
Yeah, there was a drone that came out, though, from TIG that checked B main.
Actually.
Pulled away. They're playing a retake now, and I think it's a good call. There's a lockdown is already in the mix here from Oxygen, so you're just going to give the site up regardless, and you don't want to have TIG get caught in the back of B where he doesn't get any support.
They're not using it. They're not using it. TTR respected it too much.
I don't think they're going to use it for the exit. That wouldn't make sense. Oh, never mind. He goes down anyways.
Hold on. Hold on.
2v5, making a 1v5. Yep. Mitch with 30 HP, completely on his lonesome. The cash has dwindled here for Oxygen too.
Tough cash situation here for
They've
Oxygen,
got to be
man.
done for at least Mitch.
You got to get this.
He's going to try the plant and at least maybe get some cash, but it just won't happen.
Couldn't get the spike down either. That's tough, man.
Messer flawless from Turtle Troop. And switching up the setup. Governor just poking down towards mid for the first time. Now, if you're Oxygen in the back of your head, it's, hey, that kid could do that whenever he wants now, because we haven't been able to break down this default. We haven't been able to effectively weaken either A or B. They're not breaking the alarm bot. Like, they've done it like once or twice, and that's with the player. Bro, all you need is a shock dart and you're good. But now, look at this. Turtle Troop has switched up the mid play this time. They've thrown a turret instead, which I don't think can be one shot by the shock dart. I'm pretty sure he only does like 75, so shock dart's not going to break that. They're still bolstering this A defense. Oxygen have not solved the problem of breaking down this mid control at all.
All right, so Bladestorm out here for Ox.
Whatsoever. It's only going to be everyone over towards it.
Shut up, Governor.
There is no way.
You could predict that kind of play.
Wow. He's on a different
level.
level.
You hear the Bladestorm get popped, but this kid is unreal. Governor, out the sky, brings down Pony, one of the main weapons they had in this round. And now Verno's got the solo rifle. And what has Governor done? He was on A, he was behind Dice, now he's back towards mid.
You're telling me he was playing KO on this map before? Come on! More opportunities now to get some easy shots. One shot, one kill. Governor has a lot to do, but Mitch actually with a massive headshot could get another one. But again, it's just pistols in the mid side. Randy Savage pulls up a Vandal, but Tig with the triple, getting even more ult points under his belt. 2 more rounds remaining in the half. TTR already have the half. Now it's just extra credit.
They have absolutely dominated this first half. Tig is now pulling out the Odin, and they're switching up their defense.
And if Oxygen drops this round right here, we're looking at 9-3 because they're not going to be able to reinvest.
Mid. I could be wrong, but I think that's what he's going for. A sharp play, possibly in the mix with Mummy going towards mid. Governor wants to establish control. I don't know what's going on here. There's going to be something cooked up, and it's going to be delicious.
Oh, I can't wait. Here we go. Randy Savage might get a bit of a shock, might get a bit of a surprise.
Control everything. Yep, there it is. Sharp play to try and control B.
They're all getting tunneled. They're all getting funneled back into B main. Adder, however, doesn't have util in front of him, doesn't have the nanostorms actually set up. He's just going to go for the spray. Governor's actually the one to get Randy Savage right in front of Adder, not Adder. 3 more players remaining. They have mid. Make it had mid. Hunter's Fury still remaining. 1 off of the ulti for Mitch, but it's a 5v2.
Just getting sucked into the B hit. Not taking the second to sit back and say, bro, they just like 4-man pushed us mid. Let's just go A. And the thing is, even if you go A, there's a player there already in the form of Tig who had the Odin. So you just get sucked into this kind of B hit, hoping that you can capitalize on the aggression of Turtle Troop, but they couldn't get anything. They had a 3-man cross where Governor backed up. Mame was mid. He held the right side of the smoke walkout. Adder held the left lane, the left side of that smoke walkout. And now I'm left talking for 30 seconds because Oxygen are trying to save. And they're not going to have Mitch's ultimate for the last round unless they can get an ult orb. And I think that's what Turtle Troop are going to try and deny next round.
No, I mean, they have nothing to lose. If they die, the old points just go up.
I love this because, look, Weeded is sitting in spawn as a contingency to say if these 3 players die,
yo, imagine if XQC did end up buying Turtle Troop.
They're actively thinking, man.
I mean, you would be surprised, you know.
He talked about investing, though. I wondered if he was going to invest more in the French League.
Avoid that mentality. Oxygen had a blown 4v1 the other week.
There's already been like the end of split 1 over in the French League.
It just keeps getting worse here for Oxygen. And it's the last round, though. They still have cash, but again, they were holding on for a reason.
Yeah, lockdown, null command, Hunter's Fury. This has been Turtle Troop all over this first half. And it's a Hail Mary play. They are going to try an ult. I think a Hunter's Fury gets popped here off of the dart. See if it can tag anyone. Governor's posted up towards mid. Adder's already on a rotate. They're prepped for this A hit.
Should be, at least. Oxygen might have full control before they end up making anything happen, though.
Yeah, lockdown for the post one here instead, it looks like. And Randy just going to try and stay alive. Lockdown goes into effect. That'll clear out the site. But it's used so early. It's only buying a little bit of time.
That's for sure.
Tagus might risk it. Rotates off.
Yeah, they're going to take down the lockdown. There's one under. Scuba could do it all. Scuba! Only one, though. Verno has the Hunter's Fury and has a 1v2 in front of him. This might be possible for him. And indeed, now it absolutely is. Just a 1v1 to deal with. Mame, however, is running him down. Trying to get some sort of pixel off of him, but Verno playing with him, finally swinging and gets the headshot. Oxygen escaped the first half with an eBay clutch.
Not the best, but
8-4 is better than 9-3 for sure. They have so much work to do off of that round. Have to win the pistol here. This was a first half that I felt was Oxygen had decent control in the first 2 rounds, and then Turtle Troop out of nowhere. I love the setup, and I think the main issue in that half was you could not break down the setup.
All right.
Right? They didn't. I mean, how many times did they break the alarm bomb mid? Like twice. And that was in the first 2 rounds, and those were their most successful rounds, in my opinion. They pulled the player off of A. They pulled the player off of B to focus mid-market. And then after, they never attempted it again. So Turtle Troop now on the attack.
All right. Big pistol rounds here.
Full push here towards B. A knife, dart, get the info. They're on the B side already, and it's literally just Randy in the back.
Randy, here we go. Governor trying to clear, trying to get a pixel. Randy does get one. That's all he could have asked for. It was the one and done.
Look at the post plan setup the Turtle Troop have gone for.
Scuba's waiting for a smoke.
Leaving Adder here, hoping to maybe get someone to play with him, but he's kind of on his own. Adder's just watching the cross, and he's in a position where, yeah, as I was going to say, a single smoke takes him out or a single contact removes him from the fight.
Here we are. Adder needs to swing out soon. Here's a couple players go by and short. There's going to be 3 players. There's going to be 3 players in front of him if he gets the timing right. But they actually took him down. Are you kidding me? 2 players here now remaining. Mame needing to swivel his head.
Big round for Oxygen.
Done for. That position from Adder could have been game-changing, but he got taken down immediately.
Just enough time as well. 5 seconds. Actually, never mind. Plenty of time for Oxygen's defuse.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big round from the pickup. It's going to keep Turtle Troop off of a force unless they want to go for that stinger buy that we saw in the last map, but they don't. Oxygen with a chance to at least establish
no sense of force here if you're a Turtle Troop. I mean, you've got yourself a lead.
That's where the real test is. Oxygen, this is a map where every time they've played this map of Ascent, it always goes neck and neck. 13-11 win over Shopify, 14-12 loss from a 9-3 half against Breakthrough, now known as Moist. So Oxygen are an extremely capable team on Ascent. I put a slight asterisk there because this is the first time we're seeing this version of Turtle Troop play on this map. So no matter how good Oxygen are, the way Turtle Troop have been playing, I feel you give slight favoritism to them to win out this map, and especially with the lead they've already established.
I think more importantly, this Turtle Troop have so many surprises up their sleeve. We already saw it with Tig and the way that he IGL'd Fracture. A lot of the preset plays that the team, that the nation had going into open qualifiers were the same plays that we ended up seeing from from Turtle Troop in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Again, we are in the middle of a technical pause, but again, this Oxygen team, they have a lot more to deal with than just, you know, just a bit of an element of surprise. I think truthfully, TTR, they are fundamental enough. I think all of their players are online enough right now where
if
really
a player accidentally broke their monitor or
at
keyboard by
Oxygen that
bumping
they
their
don't
fist
expect,
into
it should go right.
either at full
And I
force
think
or
what
they
you're looking
still get a
at for
tech
Oxygen is
pause.
saying, yo, this guy Scuba, 4 and 10, that doesn't happen too often. In this second half, it's Scuba step up. Randy has been not performing to the capabilities we know he can.
Oh yeah, like
And
I said,
so-
top 3 of all time in North American Valorant kills.
And so for this second half, it's Randy come alive. Scuba needs to step up again as per usual. And I think you could have a game on your hands, but those are the 2 key players that I'm looking at this scoreboard saying Scuba's never down here. Randy is, yeah, typically he is going to be one of the bottom players because of his agent and the way that he plays. He's more of a site anchor. But on this defensive side, where that KJ shines, you need Randy to be a confident anchor, a confident site anchor. And granted, it's only been 1 round. That's what we're looking for in this second half, is Randy be the guy that can hold down a site by himself and allow those kind of stacks for the rest of your team.
Yeah, because
Mouse died
again,
for this one,
Ascent, when we saw Ascent for Oxygen, the side that was the most successful for them was that defensive side, and a lot of it just came down to good, solid, you know, a defensive util play. Of course, half of that is going to come down to the Nano Swarms. A lot of that is going to have to come down to the KJ utility. Back when they played up against Breakthrough, his defensive stats were 9 and 9. You had pretty much the exact same stats when he ended up playing up against Shopify.
So
and those
Chico
were
round
incredibly
for the
close
most
games.
part.
One was a win, one was a 13-11. It's not like Oxygen can't keep up. It's just that they need the puzzle pieces together.
Dart is going to set Pony deep in towards B. That'll alleviate some of this B play. Reinforce now the A side here in a second. But weird setup. Good for 1 on the shotgun. Good for 2. Maybe good for 3. Yes, he is. Just a nice little farm here for Oxygen.
The judge, the jury, the executioner.
Didn't expect too much from this round. It's the next where they get the rifles, where the real test comes from both of these sides.
Yeah, fun's the name of the game there. Scuba.
Wow.
Stat padding a little bit, but it's just the shotguns. But we move on into the next.
Doubled his kills. Doubled his kills.
Hey, man. Just one more round, and we wouldn't be complaining, surely.
Yeah.
Now moving on. We haven't seen Turtle Troop with one big take just about yet. Oxygen had the right answers in terms of just the B take that we saw in that first round. But now this time, you do see them with guns and with an idea of A.
Pretty heavy look. I think it's not going to be an exec. Just try and find a pick and then back out. Scuba is going to be here again with the shotgun. No one gets tagged. By Oxygen's KO knife, but it actually was Scuba that got tagged by Mummy's KO knife. So they reset here. No real map control gained. And Oxygen have elected to lean a little bit more towards A. They're putting full faith in Randy, and he's the guy that I'm looking at saying, hey, you need to be a strong side anchor. Well, that's his job here in this round. The Dart as well, breaking the alarm bot mid, is going to keep these players here. Pony and Verno both forced to adjust on a mid play. And there's no info on this B walkout. They don't know if there's anyone in B main. Yes, they have the turret to watch the walkout, but Verno's getting antsy. And Oxygen breaking that alarm bot. This is what I think TTR breaking the alarm bot. This is what Oxygen, I feel, failed in the first half.
So
weaken the A defense.
Sova util is so important on a site like A. So many breakable walls from heaven, but here we go. Around the corner, it's going to be Scuba.
Oh my
God! Again! The farm from Scuba! You're rolling the deep with Scuba, and you just might drown. 2 kills for Scuba. 3 more players remaining, and they're still stuck in main. 20 seconds, and they have to commit to it.
There's nobody on site, nobody on a flank, nobody towards Cat. Just a full walkout of A main. They don't have the best rifles here, but they have Bulldogs.
10 seconds left.
They are going to get this plant down here in a second, and it's up to Adder to hold Mummy's positioning.
Adder going absolutely nuts. Mame had to let off though. Adder did what he could.
Damn.
They take away all the guns. A sacrifice play from Randy Savage. Taking Mummy off the plant. Giving the round to Oxygen. 8-7, they're still in it. They've actually brought us within one, surprisingly. Despite how that first half went, how dominant it might have felt. We are within one now. And Oxygen are in pretty good strides here, almost nearly resetting Turtle Troop fully.
I mean, you mentioned it. They just needed some of those puzzle pieces to
Rifles
come
back in
online,
hand
and
here
of
for
course
Turtle
it was
Troop.
Scuba. 5 kills after you mentioned
no
his
way we can
faltering
get
performance. And now, of course, still dealing with A-Main, still being a thorn in the side in terms of weird spots. Tried to go back over towards one. Good TP. Mitch, however, only has an SMG here. There's 3 players here, though.
Renault's dart. I don't think revealed anybody. But you already have Pony watching mid. When he rotates, he's got the operator in hand.
What are they gonna do?
I think the
Tick turns this corner,
B.
Pony.
I feel it's a big gamble to hit B site. You do at least force Pony off the angle, but if you wanted to rework back towards B, you don't know what awaits there. Now you know the op is posted up over on that side. Adder's going to break the alarm button. That might pull players off of A.
Let's see.
But this is an indecisive Turtle Troop. The knife, tagging, I think just weeded, and now they begin to rotate. And the drone here as well from Oxygen.
Rotating into this.
No, he caught Adder.
Spots Adder. And now they know the rotates back towards B here. You can see already as well. Mitch has gotten close towards A main. They're confident it's not an A hit.
But the answer from Verno isn't exactly solid. They are simply leaving 2 players here on B to deal with this.
Is they
Here
pretty
we
well
go.
get the ability
Pony
to turn
has
this
the
corner
op in
for
the
free.
back line. Looking for a couple of big shots. Verno does get a kill back over in mid. But again, it's all Pony now. 3 shots in front of him to hit. He hits 1. Still has 2 more to go.
Got the shotty.
The TP is actually so good, though. Good stuff from Scuba to give his team the supporting effort that they absolutely needed here. Time runs out. Tig dies after time. The score is tied.
But a buyback here for Turtle Troop. A buyback and an opportunity. 1 off of the lockdown. Null command online here as well. Tig has got his Hunter's Fury.
Not going to call
There's
timeout
no
here,
ults here for Oxygen to try and
Probably going to wait
counter
until if they lose this round. Because their econ's going to get broken if that's the case.
If Oxygen are going to try and deny the ult orb, but I think that's what they're going for here because they're putting 4 players over on the A side. And they're putting the op here specifically to challenge A main, is what it looks like. No, they don't even challenge A main. So they're willing to give up these orbs and give them these ultimates.
The battle at mid, though, is going to be so strong. Look at this. There's 2 players back up towards spawn. Randy Savage waiting for the contact. Again, there's no util here.
What are they cooking? They've
fast rotates, that's for sure.
No. They're not even fast rotates. I think they're just trying to avoid the null command on either site and just be there quick enough to play a post plan. Adder's going to get his lockdown because they're giving up all of A main. They're giving all up of B main as well. This is a gamble from Oxygen. The only thing I can
still have a full
think
minute
of is just to avoid the null command, especially for Adder, whose util stays online as long as he avoids it. And for the other 2, it's Mitch's util can support, and Scuba can drop smokes and a paranoia as well. I think that's what they're aiming for. But now they rework back over towards A, and there's no one here on Turtle Troop to respond.
The alarm bot gonna tick. The shot coming out from Pony, but Pony doesn't hit it again. No command.
He's in so much trouble.
Dash, not letting him get anywhere. And the player in Heaven 2 trying to help out just goes down in a heap. There goes Mitch. The plant will finally go down. Not a lot of retake util for Oxygen, but they do have full util on the controller.
Shocks find nothing. 3 versus 5. They have money to kind of play with, so they can go for this. Mummy's got a lovely flash setup, but no one is watching his Heaven is the only issue. Pop up. Adder checks, doesn't see anything.
Oh, Adder's gonna get caught! The gap from Randy Savage is huge. He actually gets 2 kills. The Owl Drone, it might catch a player through the wall. Scuba with a kill over in Cats. That is massive, though. Taking away the player in Heaven, looking for a shot through the wall. And Mummy is just there in the middle of the open to take down Scuba.
Standing, they
Turtle Troop,
fully
they
invest
do
this
wipe
next
some
round,
sweat
right?
off their brow.
For Turtle Troop?
That post plant got a little bit sketchy, but I think Weedit's positioning and his timing on the push.
Okay, so they do get the ability to full invest. Just a half shield on Tig.
He's a key player on Lotus. And in that round, he's a key player in the post plant and winning it out. Still holding on to 2 ultimates. They have their lockdown. They have their Hunter's Fury. Randy Savage got his lockdown, and Pony's going to play with his Blade Storm. And they're actually, from what it looks like, going for a full play towards B.
Here comes the spray.
Tig is posting up a Hunter's Fury, it looks like. A dart and a Hunter's Fury to try and punish anyone on site.
Guardian spraying away, recon ball being broken. Governor, here he goes from the skies, taking down Randy Savage. He had no chance. You do have Pony though, popping up and taking down We Did. That's a big return frag, but Governor even takes back another one. That was through the smoke.
Adder looked a little bit confused, had so many players to shoot at. The player that updrafted, that being Pony, wanted towards Market. Post plant is set. Take towards B main as they want in the lockdown to secure this
That's gonna
round.
hold off Oxygen for a minute.
And I think Oxygen, if you're in this position, you're thinking about saving. I think that's what they are thinking about right now because you're not breaking that lockdown with a double pen.
They're still sitting.
They are finally going for it, but it's quite a bit in. Timer has already gone off for quite a bit. They could be looking for exits if anything, but they've already lost the pivotal position to be able to do that. And the round is over. Double digits now for Turtle Troop, but again, the last 2 rounds, just a bit head scratching here for Oxygen, that's for sure.
Yeah, just throwing Pony's life. He only had a stinger, so he's going to try and if he gets a kill or 2, maybe you start the retake, but wasn't meant to be. Turtle Troop on 10. Oxygen still holding on to lockdown. I think this was just a nice exit from Turtle Troop. The Hunter's Fury combo and the confusion that adds to Governor's updraft and dash makes the hold there for Randy Savage. You can see he's like, what am I doing? What do I even aim at? I had no idea where to look. And Oxygen will call a timeout. These past 2 rounds have been successful takes from Oxygen or from Turtle Troop. That round in particular being a lot cleaner of a full exec. And here you're looking at Oxygen.
You know what I should do?
Wondering what their response
I should
is
just
going to
fucking
be.
start watching 2K offline.
They make.
Start making my own reel and post it online.
If they want to get more aggressive. Because the past couple rounds, they've really just been conceding map control to Turtle Troop, but I think that's kind of been an issue. And I'm wondering if this timeout, they come out of it and they say, yeah, let's not do that. Let's actually fight for A main and fight for B main low key.
I mean, in a round where their buy is going to be a little iffy, I mean, they might as well just try to see, you know, how they even play early on. Because, again, they just haven't done the peak whatsoever. They have no idea what the flow actually is early round for Turtle Troop.
They're going to ball. They're going to try and do something. Oh, it really doesn't look like anything is cooking right now. No. They have 2 Hero rifles from Scuba and Mitch. And both the rifles
so you got lockdown in Hunter's Fury available for you over on Oxygen side.
Whoa, yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Big spy here.
He comes out from Scuba, not able to find anyone, but this is TTR playing into the economy of Oxygen right now.
They did cook the drone saw, or the, what's it called? The turret, my bad. The turret saw nothing, so the Turtle Troop retake this space back. Despite the flash, despite the smoke, and despite the recon bolt.
They actually have full eyes on mid now.
Take flight.
With the Sheriff out, Pony could easily pick that back up off the body of Randy Savage.
Probably had to be here, I think, off of that drone. Catching a lot of these players mid. I don't know if you exactly caught everyone towards mid, but you saw 2 players towards mid market. You know this is the weakened site. They're more than likely going to play retake. 40 seconds left. Everyone on Oxygen has begun to shift towards B.
Adder's looking for just a random shot on his own. It would be quite the
shock. If they make this push through tree, they kind of have a free opening, right? But like, they don't know that.
Looks like job was done there for Turtle Troop. Don't
now
know
people are
exactly
start rotating in. You have 20 seconds here.
After a couple of picks of info back over towards mid, they do rotate back over and B. Adder on his own does take down 2 and B again. Should be another one, but actually low HP, so Pony's going to get a free rifle for the next round. And Verno actually coming out too, reducing even more of the guns. Again, still a lot of Valorant to be played, and still opportunities for resets way later on in the half.
I think the money, though, should be fine for Turtle Troop. I'm looking at it and saying, Mummy and Weeded both have plenty of credits where they can buy. Pony and Verno are going to try and kamikaze their way into this site. Again, I think if you pull more rifles, it's an issue, and it is becoming an issue.
Why is it 2-on-2? Why is it 1v2? Mummy! Mummy!
How?
Pony, how does he do that?
From what? From what world did?
How?
What? Like what? Like how? Why? Pony?
No! The score is
kills.
11-8 right now. The score is 11-8. That's all I know, for sure.
Pony with I'm just astounded at what Oxygen have just done, because it should never have gone in that manner. So
That's
many
crazy.
1v1s given up by Turtle Troop.
3 ults
And
now
they've just
available for Oxygen
sold
here.
the round, auctioned it off to Oxygen.
No.
Yes, they've got cash, but they don't have much of it left. And it was fine when they had 3 players alive, but now it's not, because you don't even win the round. And you have no rifles. Governor's playing with Bladestorm. He's going up mid. Right now, it's a lot of solo acts coming out from
Big
Turtle
trade.
Troop.
Cute. No, Tig. Oh my goodness. Tig committing to taking down the turret.
Take flight.
He does get a huge trade back onto Pony. But look at the ultis here for Oxygen.
It's 3 of them, three massive
Scuba's getting
ones
close
as well.
too.
To tie it up and reset Turtle Troop, to put yourself onto 11.
If they could reset them without using ults, that'd be
Verno's
huge.
cooking.
Oh, Verno.
Looking to see if he can get a Hunter's Fury over towards mid. But the paranoia!
It missed! Still, Randy Savage around the corner. They don't know about his position. It should just be good for at least one here. Indeed it will. There goes one. Make it 2! Make it 3! Randy Savage doing it all! The cream of the crop is back to the top! 1v2 now, though. Governor needing to swing, but Randy Savage lays down the elbow on him. Double digits. How?
In Oxygen, I cannot believe they have tied it up here. A 4 versus 2. And now we're here at 10-10 with a fully reset Turtle Troop. One mistake can cost you the game, and that was the mistake that Turtle Troop made that could
Now, the
cost
good
them this
news
map.
is that Oxygen doesn't have
You
a
don't know
whole
for the
bunch
future.
of money in their bank.
You could look back once it's 3rd map.
So even if they win
you could
this,
say, if the round just went their way, this would be a different ball
I
game.
think they can still turn it around.
They're gonna try
here we go.
send it into the site.
Governor's is gone! The one-off play for TTR. They did what they could with the pistols, and they're done for now. It'll be 11-10 with a couple of fireworks in the middle of sight. Oxygen.
Looks like we're going to split, chat.
One more round, and they're looking down the barrel of a 3rd map.
And this has been an outrageous end to this second half if we end here. 3 ultimates as well. Hunter's Fury, lockdown, Bladestorm for Pony after he shoots with his operator. Turtle Troop, one off of Mummy, one off of Adder's ultimate. Lockdown and an ult command are available, but no credits after this round. Lost bonus not stacked in their favor, and look at Oxygen. They've gotten aggressive towards B main. You had this match in your hands.
When have this
dropped it?
When has this roster ever been on the back foot? Last week, they made the game versus G2 look so easy. 13-1, 13-7, never once losing.
The only time they've ever been on the back foot is in this series. It was Oxygen that pushed them to the brink on Lotus. Had them at their knees. And
What's
had
their
them there
mentality?
once again, Turtle Troop looking to explode on the B site. I think it's a fast pop play towards mid. Break the alarm button, try and pop in towards market.
It has to be.
Start in a drone for
3
Verno.
players ready. Alarm bot is there. They're committing with it, but very slowly. Pony taking on the Owl drone. It's actually 2 players in the middle of main here, but they're not going to expect it whatsoever. Verno, however, explodes
Why
and
would you
takes down
push that
Governor.
aggressive,
Pony
though?
still with a Bladestorm, trying to go nuts and still has an op in his side. Going for the op shot, not going to be able to connect. Still the play not able to go through, and the Bladestorm does not connect. Turtle Troop are safe.
The lockdown for both sides, added for the post plant, but I think you want to save this. Rely on the 4 players alive to win out this round. And Randy's gone creeping.
No smokes. No smokes. They're just gonna go in dry here into B. Yes, they do have a flanker, but Tig is waiting. Tig can't kill Scuba, but the lockdown will do it for TTR.
No, it catches Oxygen. And that should be it.
Only one.
There's no way they go into this round after. You can see they're already prepping for the exit. And they want exits here. They want to try and take guns away, but nothing is being ripped from their hands. 11 to 11.
I think they can actually reset them,
I've got
right?
another round in them.
Because this round...
The next round, though, you still have
No, I don't think they can completely reset them.
ultimates still under the belt of Oxygen. But TTR, you lose that round, you have 0 cash. You have no chance of coming back.
No, yeah, they basically reset them.
Here. Now they're a bit more
They'll only have a mixed buy.
No big early attempt this round.
I'm worried, though. I'm so worried because there's a Hunter Series and a lockdown for Oxygen. And they haven't used either of them yet.
3 ults here for Oxygen.
This is Oxygen's opportunity for a reset, though.
So bad.
Dart doesn't catch anyone towards A. Does that Q a rotate? Verno's already in a position to use his Hunter's Fury on the B main players, on the players in A main. Wherever the hit goes, he's got a Hunter's Fury that can do damage to either side. You still have Pony.
No,
oh my god,
Pony.
no way he does this. No way he peeks it. He
No.
does.
Pony
He gets
does
one.
it. That's all he wanted, though. One and dash back into the smoke. Mitch.
Nice. Able to back down just a little bit for Mitch.
Almost playing whack-a-mole again. The Hunter's Fury, though. Oh my goodness.
Catwalk.
Coming out to try to punish Cat.
I don't know about that.
But doesn't catch anyone.
Governor on an op was
Kinda
looking
felt like
for
a-
that Hunter's Fury
Mitch.
player. And Mitch, this is just such a crazy off angle.
Here we go.
And not ready. Not ready whatsoever.
Enemy remaining.
It's
Not
easy
ready
for
at
Mitch.
all. That should be
Damn,
12
bro.
here for Oxygen. And what do they do it with? Only the Hunter's Fury. We go into the next round still with a lockdown in
30
play.
seconds left.
We just saw the lockdown be utilized.
All right,
by
Oxygen regains their
TTR.
lead.
Oxygen, they respond to a big loss with an investor flawless. Again, TTR, they had the lead. Not only did they have the lead, but they pretty much had the map win in the palm of their hands.
One down.
Oxygen could be taking it to a map 3 out of nowhere, though.
Fighting for OT one more time.
Turtle
What's
Troop's going to be
the
feeling the
buy?
pressure if
Oh.
they don't win this map, too.
Goodness.
Oh, no.
It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's
not great.
not great either. Light shields galore and 2 Phantoms in the mix. It does make a slight difference, to be honest. When it's Phantoms, they're going to try and excavate Pony from this mid spot. You can see dumping
Going
util.
for the same play.
A crazy smoke. I don't think it actually blocked
Good
anything.
turret.
And Oxygen. You can see the setup. They're playing a retake on A. They've got the lockdown set up there already. Murno's looking
Gonna rotate
ready to
people
put this
over here.
out in.
Gonna keep Tig over here outside of B. I wonder if they're gonna try and send some
Very
utility
early
in to
the
try
round,
and
though.
force
He already
rotate.
utilized 1 recon bolt. He's going to recharge it very soon.
They're ending towards the A side now. Off of a fake drone that just gets no info. It gets canceled by the knife.
The tough part is Randy Savage being that first contact in Cat. What if he goes down?
And it's really up to Adder to win out this fight in Garden.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
we already know Oxygen, they're playing a retake. The TP from Scuba catches no one towards B, and now everyone in Turtle Troop has spun their head
Adder's just
and gone
waiting.
back to A.
Adder's going to maintain this position. It might be so massive for the rest of
30
this
seconds
round.
left.
We will see, though. We don't know if he's going to hit the alarm bot or not, but there goes the lockdown. He's going to maintain that spot. But here's the thing. Nobody from Oxygen is coming mid. Oxygen is fully in the know that someone could
They
come
got it.
from Cat, but they still break with the Hunter's Fury. Adder. No, Adder, he might have just revealed himself with a nanoswarm, but still, 5v5 to go right into the middle of sight. Oxygen finally with the kill onto Pony. All 4 for TTR. Over in Cat except for 1 in Jenny. And Tig gets the kill. He was the
Going
one that
overtime?
stayed, and he's the one
We're
that gets
going
the
to
kill.
overtime,
Randy Savage has
baby.
no chance. Verno in a 1v3. 36 HP. Pulling up with the shotgun in the middle of the smoke. Looking to take this out of overtime. Don't think it'll happen, though. Have nowhere to go. Turtle Troop once again wiping the sweat off their forehead as they head into overtime.
And who's the hero? It's Tig once again. The new blood for this team, the new IGL. Him getting the plant got the Hunter's Fury, and that's why Adder didn't have to act. That's why Adder could play a smart position from Catwalk instead. And take to find 3 to push us to overtime. And now they're on the defensive side. And Oxygen in the palm of their hands as well. Both teams trading blows. Governor's picked up the op.
Wow.
We know the mistakes that Oxygen had on their attack. Can they right their wrongs here? They're going for a 5-man hit in towards A.
This knife
doesn't
though,
happen too often.
This knife is going to take so long for it to hit. The take is already going to be fully on the way once the knife hits. Here we go. Weeded on top. Doesn't have any pixels to go. It might just be a 5v5 retake.
Governor looking for anything. And I think Turtle Troop are at the disadvantage in this retake because they're
Big
playing
Nano.
with an operator. Nano buying time, no kills. There's Weeded.
Weeded popping out. He's going to be the only one popping out of heaven currently. But 2 more players are right behind him.
They're
Waiting for the smoke. But they get the information onto Mitch.
Go!
Mache walls. And they're breaking on through. Destroying the map bit by bit. There is
And you
no
start off
corner.
with
There
a
is
defensive
no
win
pixel
here for Turtle Troop.
on this
That's
site where you
so
can hide
big.
if you're Turtle Troop or if you're Oxygen. Turtle Troop, half 13.
Match series in mid-season face-off point here.
Switching sides.
1 more round is all it's going to take.
One shot
Both
is
sides,
all
they
it
struggled on the
takes.
attack. We know this. And so Turtle Troop, who breaks through? Well, you have to break through here. Oxygen have to main defensive form. And points on the line for Oxygen. You saw the drop-off that Oxygen would receive if they lose this match. And again, there's other teams watching this game praying. FaZe Clan need Oxygen to win here.
So much is at stake, but like you said, FaZe fans,
hold your breath because Oxygen have to win this round.
it's going to be that take that we've seen so many times here for TTR.
And this is different. They're taking a lot of control here, Oxygen.
lot
Establishing
here.
control towards B, establishing control towards A. Tig had to break the drone.
The scores are swapped, by the way, folks.
Yeah,
The sides are swapped.
Colors are wrong here, but Tig, drone catches 1, catches 2.
All right, so Oxygen, that means it's in the
What do they do with that
green,
info? Alarmbot has
which
been
makes
broken
sense
towards
since
mid.
Turtle Troop just
So
got the defensive stop.
The defensive setups here. But Verno's taking a gamble. And Verno's elected to gamble towards the A site where he thinks the hit's going to happen.
But again, Cat being completely abandoned, it is
Yeah.
going to be a bit of that awkward
Crazy.
angle.
Spike,
Wow!
Spike.
Spike is down, but they're not fighting for it. They're not fighting for Spike.
Scuba's just trying to maintain this A main control. And Governor, what a lurk from Governor. 1, 2, left, right. Who does he pick first? Who does he punch
Oh, the
first?
Sova doesn't spawn on Randy Savage.
That
How
means
does
Oxygen
Randy get
has
the kill there.
3v5.
Now this smoke is going to go down, and it might just be some free frags here for Scuba. Adder, Weeded, do not expect him, and that's at least the one. That's
Oh, no,
all that you
Oxygen's
can
got the
expect from that
advantage.
position.
By the way, how you
From
doing,
Mitch
bud?
now with a pop flash. Comes out, still trying to 1v1 Weeded. Weeded still alive. Oh, Tig! Oh, that was the battle.
Down A.
If Weeded wins that one there, we could be seeing
Didn't
a
reset.
possible 2v2. But instead, 13-13, we go again.
Gotta go again here,
Switching
Oxygen.
sides. Overtime.
Maintaining form on the defense. One
Oh,
more
wow.
chance. One more chance for Oxygen. And they've called the timeout because they realized, damn, our full Hail Mary push into A didn't work. So what's the call here? What's the switch up?
Up until this point, a couple surprises, to say the very least. Governor is
All
the
right,
one at
so
the
we were
bottom of
talking
the
about it
board.
earlier.
Mame
Oxygen
one
is
at the
already
very top.
qualified.
From what
If
we saw
Oxygen
in the
wins,
last 2 weeks, that is quite the opposite. I mean, Mame,
FaZe is
after
in.
his first set, had
If
the
Oxygen
least
loses,
ADR in the
Turtle
entire
Troop is in.
league. After last week, after this week, however, it's the return of the controller that we loved so much when he played up on Envy years ago. Back now with 23 frags on a map optimal for KO.
Oxygen, it's Pony, who has responded to Governor's last map. Outdone him here. Randy, who has answered the call at 14 and 20. He had 9 kills on the last map across 26 rounds. Here, he's been a massive player on the defense. And, well, the timeout, they're still going for another A hit. This time there's no one here. And it's a retake here from Turtle Troop.
Quick push in here
Everyone's
by
gone.
Pony.
Oxygen are gonna feel right at home in the middle of A.
So they get site control for free. 5v5 on the retake. Most people are going to be piled up on that heaven side.
And off again for Governor.
Two players looks like going tree.
Probably a less optimal gun to play with on a retake like this.
Whoa, Tiggs through the wall. Taking down Scuba. Oh my goodness. These guys are standing right in the middle of the smoke. I mean, that couldn't be a more scarier prospect. But two players trying to pop out a cat right now.
Oh, Adder with the triple.
Adding up the frags. 3 for him. TTR. Yet another defensive round that goes basically flawless.
Where did this guy come from? The smoke dropped and no one was ready. They forgot the door was open. And Adder pushing Turtle Troop to 14, pushing them to mid-season face-off point. Where did this guy spring from? 2, 3. And Pony was the piece that was left alone in the open. Another chance for Turtle Troops to close out this map, to close out this series. Dashing the dreams of FaZe Clan, but putting theirs on a pedestal.
What are they thinking mid? What is this?
All right.
Smoke to what the heck?
The deep alarm bot?
Jesus, they're ducking the darts. They're ducking the darts.
What is this smoke? Oh my goodness. Pops out of the dark. And he just might be TTR's worst nightmare. Picking up a big frag. It's only Pony, however. A lot of take potential is gone. But util there.
Deploying drone.
That was the... They've been cooking, bro. Oxygen, that's a crazy recipe. They commit a whole smoke right off rip just so Pony can hide in
For
it.
a 50-50?
And he gets a kill, but they win the engagement. Look at Mummy's HP. They've removed
pushed
the
up
smoke
really
player
far
as well
up on
from
that A
Eden.
side.
And look at the map control they've gained. Everything towards A. Both these players, Randy tucked with an Odin, Verno tucked with a Vandal. This is a very advantageous position for Oxygen. Somehow Adder has slipped into defender spawn though.
No util whatsoever. Adder getting in there doesn't do anything though. Both players for Oxygen and top mid. Here comes Verno, able to pick up one. Only 25 HP left. But look at the damage on TTR. This could be a farm for Randy Savage. Indeed it is. Double for him. Adder now the last one remaining. 1v3 to take it all for TTR. Nobody is up close. Adder, he did have one nanostorm, but he can't use it just yet. But these two players from Oxygen, they haven't even popped out yet. Adder waiting for the peak. Only 9 bullets. 7! Scuba is there, however. The 1v1 goes the way of Oxygen. A fresh breath of air once again for Oxygen Esports.
What the heck is this game? What is this?
Oh, man.
Oxygen have cooked. They've cooked. What was the mid play that gave them that advantage? You look back at it here. Played in the smoke to avoid the dart.
Imagine they get 2 kills there.
What is happening in this game? Back and forth, Oxygen with another timeout. Third time's a charm for an A push. Turtle Troop. Another chance, or Oxygen really another chance. Turtle Troop have had 2 of them to close out this series. Both teams, I don't even know. I personally feel Turtle Troop's defensive rounds have been more gifts. Adder getting a nice triple. The last round as well. Odin being a big piece. Oxygen have had the better gimmicks on the defensive side, but are the gimmicks enough, or is one gimmick going to be too much? Both teams,
how many more do they have?
It's the deciding side is who wins the attack, I think for sure.
At this point, there's not even much creativity when it comes to that attack side either, because every time that we've seen a take, it's been either empty space or it's just raw trades, especially when it comes to TTR, who again, Oxygen have just played retake against them.
Boom, what you got going on for the
Now it just
weekend,
might be
homie?
a bit different of a challenge. On the front side, Mitch is here for now, but he won't have any support.
Governor. Quiet. Has to come alive again when they need him most. Another A hit. And I'm afraid Mummy could get caught out here. Smoke ready there from Weeded. Knife is going to slow this push down. That's a great knife. Slows it down instantly. No dash. Allows rotates to come through.
Ooh.
Weeded looking for pop shots, but still
Oxygen's got sight.
Another full 5v5. Are you kidding me? How's the util now for the attack?
Third time's a charm.
No smokes now to try to cover up. Now they're just raw fighting. Here comes TTR. You have one on the front side. Governor able to pick up one. You still have Randy Savage with a big kill. 2 players still in hell to hold up the cross. Tig now the last one remaining in a 1v4. And that just might be the win condition. The attack side going the way of Oxygen.
Third time is the charm. Oxygen, Randy Savage.
Defense has been winning the games thus far. That's an offense.
Not existed in the first map, but he is shouting his name here in the ring. And now on the defense, Oxygen.
Placing sentry.
Looking to close out this map and push us to the third map of Split. They've beaten teams on Split. Oxygen took down phase. They looked good on Split. So the odds are favoring Oxygen on that third and final map.
Prepping for next week. What's next week?
TTR banned it last week.
What you got going on?
Sure, you can contribute it to the counter picks that they've been doing.
I think that's what it was here, and so I don't know how confident they are in Split now. But a double setup, 1 in wine, 1 peeking A main, a risky play.
This could just
here
be
for
it.
Turtle Troop to swing.
Oh, they were waiting for the Owl Drone to give a free pick to Governor, who was standing on top. But it does not happen. Nothing over in the mid side right now in terms of a contact. And Oxygen knows that they have a turret going on right now. If anyone peeks mid, it would tick.
And they're going back towards B. Alarmbot as well sees nothing. Mid play sees nothing. They have to expect this B hit now. 50 seconds left. Knife is a fake, and it actually catches both of those players. So it's going to keep all 3 of these players on A.
No info. The turret is gonna catch them. Here comes the paranoia.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's huge. Oh, nice.
Just wide swinging with the Vandal.
Oh,
headshot magnet.
True. Word.
And now 3 left for Turtle Troop. Apologies for Turtle Troop to find. And Oxygen, all from 1 point is their retake. Paranoia gives space to Pony, but what can he find?
Tig, 37 HP. He could shut down the whole ball. Wow! The double swing almost works for both kills. But again, when you have 4 players alive here, why not post up 2 over in main? Why not put on layers? Why not make the other team work for this? And Adder, indeed, is making the job just a bit too difficult. 19 HP. He gets 2 kills out of it.
Again.
TTR. They win on their attack. We're back at it again.
It's just the game that keeps on giving.
Overtime.
Both teams giving it their all. Turtle Troop fighting everything on the line here. And Oxygen. They had chances to close it out. Turtle Troop had chances to close it out. The first time either of these teams have won the attacking overtime side.
Placing alarm bomb.
Would you believe it? Good God, would you believe it? Another push into A from Oxygen.
Another A push. I know, I surely don't believe it. Here we go, 2 players in the back line, but this time the position is a lot more important for the man in the back.
Get up top.
You have Randy Savage, or excuse me, Adder, ready to go. Adder, no! Adder just gets some damage. He might just go down.
Oh!
He's delaying. Oh, that was insane! But Adder does not get a kill out of it, and the game of whack-a-mole goes great for Oxygen. 2 players going down in heaven. Tig now the last one remaining in a 1v4. And he should just be going down, potentially to the man to his right. Scuba pops out. Another attack site going the way of Oxygen. And yet another convincing one at that.
This one ends in a different manner as well. A much more convincing manner from Oxygen. Turtle Troop on the attack. Try and replicate their success. Oxygen, 4 rounds in a row on overtime. They've just gone and hit the A site. And Turtle Troop are going to do the same here. 3 players far from any rotation onto A. It's fast.
Gonna be one player on the front side.
So fast.
It's the fastest thing we've seen from TTR. How in the hell? He did not react like that, Governor. Once again, yet another impossible kill. But still, the game situation is 4v4. You have 4 players.
So they know they got at least 2 they saw up there. They can probably assume more.
Darts going back and forth. 1 dart missing. Tay looking for damage. Does a little bit on Inferno.
Natter flanking.
And he's trying to avoid the Odin. Natter.
No!
Good counts, but not the timing. Scuba on 1 HP.
3 players remaining versus 4 of Oxygen. They are taking their time though. We did. Swinging in. He has been paranoid. Double in the bottom. Pony might have spotted Mame, but what a big kill for Tig. Tig holds on to Jenny. The spray. In hell. This is it.
Go to 3. Going to split.
Defusing. Oxygen's got it. We are in for a map 3.
Defenders
and at
win.
17-15, Oxygen close it out. Turtle Troop had everything to play for in these OTs. Advancement to the midseason face-off. And now after a grueling 26 rounds on Lotus, 32 rounds here on Ascent, they have to play another set. And on a 3rd map of Split.
All right, so Split.
It's just not what we've seen TTR go up against. Last week, they faced
and
the
a
best
matchup
of the
that means
best of their
so
group.
much here for
G2,
NA Challengers.
The invincible roster, the perfect roster, going up into week 4.
I just realized that this is really fucking loud, chat. My bad.
But
I never turned it down.
Convincing win. They didn't have to battle back. They didn't have any sort of disadvantage. This week now, they face adversity. And it might just be too difficult.
Damn.
Oxygen definitely are looking better.
And we haven't seen Turtle Troop play on Split. It was a map they commented. They said, hey, we like the way G2 play that. They actually did a good job. That's what Tig said. Oxygen took down FaZe. We know what they can do. We know what they're capable of. There is film on them. But how much prep have Turtle Troop done? What can they bring?
We have my fun on Twitter.
Because, again, playoffs are on the line here. Points are on the line.
Again, not only are points on the line, Oxygen desperately want them. Because again, if the points that they end up coming true, they could be doubling their current point line, or even just getting half as many points as they would just getting pretty decent results in playoffs. Everything is still in play for Oxygen. But for Turtle Troop, it is win or go home. Split, the debut of Split for Turtle Troop is coming up, and it might be their last map of the season. Let's see if it happens after the break.
All right. Tied up 1-1. Going into Split for the decider map here. And I think with this going into a 3rd and final game makes my decision a little bit easier about not watching the last game, our last matchup today, champ. Just because I'm going to want to rest up a little bit before we get into South American casting tomorrow for ALGS. This tomorrow is a double session. It's going to be 12 games we're casting over on the Team Singularity channel. So I think what I'll probably do, since the 2nd game really doesn't mean much, at least as far as for the mid-season invitational, is we probably won't be watching it. Kind of like some things as far as ALGS through the weekends that we're going to have to start prioritizing since we are casting over the Singularity channel. Like, I'm not 100% sure if we'll be popping live for NA tomorrow night afterwards. I may just stay, offline and chill after the long day of streaming. Of course, if you're looking for the best place to keep up with your boy outside of stream, keep an eye on where I'm shoutcasting at, when I'm streaming, when we're dropping YouTube videos and stuff like that. Discord's really the best place to keep up to date on all that stuff. So feel free to jump in, say what's up sometime. Chat, what's the good word this weekend, man? What we got going on? Like I said, we won't be live tomorrow for EMEA ALGS because we are going to be doing a, South American broadcasting over on the Singularity channel. Follow that link right there in chat. Y'all, I want to make sure you catch us live over there. But yeah, I think games tomorrow are 11 and 4. 11 and 3. Which means we'll probably be getting wrapped up right before NA starts anyways. And if that's the case, I'm more than likely just going to chill. This is the last weekend it's like that, though. Because after this weekend, on days that there are EU and NA games, it's just on Sundays. So I know last week we had stayed up to watch the APAC South region. I don't think we're going to be able to do that, to be honest with y'all. There's all these people talking about this back and forth with Kickman. It's so strange. Like, let people do what they want to do, but like acting like people are non-believers because they don't want to go, or calling them fish for not wanting, or sheep for one. Fish? The fuck? Calling people sheep for not wanting to try something new. That's just so dumb, bro. Like, fuck, we learned what going to a different platform can help with when we went to Mixer back in the day from Twitch.
This drill was barely out of the box.
But like,
we'll be back to working like new.
That was also kind of a unique circumstance. We were playing a game that had a unique partnership with the platform.
Then it's tested to make sure it's working perfectly. Once it passes inspection, it's
Stuff
given
like
a
that.
verified stamp of approval. Then repackaged with new accessories and shipped to its ultimate destination. With certified refurbished, you can shop with confidence because all our manufacturers go through a rigorous vetting process. And every purchase comes with an award-winning 2-year warranty, a money-back guarantee, and hassle-free returns. That's what makes it the smarter way to shop for premium brands. eBay Refurbished. Like new products, better than new prices.
Welcome back to the desk for Knights Arena Valorant Challengers North America. As the first split is coming to a close, we start our final day off with a banger of a series. We are going to map 3 between Turtle Troop and Oxygen in what is shaping up to be one of the best of 3s we've seen all split long. Both teams look incredibly prepared. The strats are not just chaos, it's actually seeming to be like they put some work into this. I'm looking at this like this is one of the more exciting games we watched. It's not just because what's on the line, it's just the way the teams are playing here, Sully.
Yeah, I was losing my marbles.
Yeah, the back and
watching
forth
that
has
game.
been nice
I
to
don't know if you
watch.
can tell you. When they did that smoke thing for Pony, I was like, there's no way this is real. Like, there's no way this is a real game. And it worked. It worked. So this game has been an incredible back and forth between these two teams. Turtle Troop, again, I think a team that is hitting the form that they need to make it to the mid-season face-off. But Oxygen are just this wall that they cannot get over right now.
Something to consider.
Look how close to like the scores are there. First kills, post plants.
That Turtle Troop must win to make it to the mid-season face-off. Oxygen can still make it with the loss because they have the head-to-head over FaZe Clan.
Yup.
But depending on how the outcome of this game goes, these teams could end up facing M80 and the guard. Both of them. One of them would play M80, one of them would play guard. So it's not just winning that matters, it's how you win. This third and final map could have very interesting ramifications based on how it plays out.
I mean, I don't know if either of
these
these teams beats either of those teams, though, right? So, like,
blowout, it should be another close game.
At least that's what we're anticipating. If
so
the season
mad.
tells us otherwise, I think, though, both teams have had very dominant wins whenever they needed it, but this series has only given us close rounds, only given us close games, so I guess. But listen, if the players who before we were saying, like, oh, they just need to have some, like, incremental improvement to just make a difference on this team. And two of those players were Mame and Randy Savage, and they absolutely came up when the team needed them to come up.
Yeah, and I'm looking at, look at the stats. We looked at Lotus. Pony was he was brilliant the first half. Faded so much in the second half. And we questioned, we said, hey, Pony, you want to push this to a third map. You want to get as many points as you can for the Challenger circuit. You got to step up. This kid was unreal when it came to this second map. But in really good positions, I think, due to some really good calling from Oxygen, but also really good util as well. Pony played lights out when it came to that overtime. Same thing with Randy Savage. Now we're looking at this third map of Split. Where was Governor? We need him to step up as well. Mummy played out of this world. Randy Savage played great. It's about clicking in this third map for TTR. I think Governor is probably one of those guys that you're looking at going to the third map of Split. Like, why wasn't he there on Ascent? Well, you got to be there at least now for the third map.
You got to look at Verno as well. Even though his numbers aren't necessarily as impressive as Pony, consistency is key. Finishes the first map 26 and 17, top performer for Oxygen despite the loss, 274 ACS. Here he is, 217 ACS, 26 and 22. A strong performer from Oxygen.
More likely, this is going to be
the fact that on paper potentially is the least experienced player coming into this roster. He spent a long time playing with the Oxygen Academy roster. It's the only team he's really played for.
Another
before
go
getting
round.
bumped up to the main team to compete with these guys. We actually talked to him in one of the post-game interviews not that long ago.
It's going to be
and
close.
It was clear like this was a big step for him to take as a player, and the experience level he's gaining by playing in this trumps what he's done thus far. To see him perform at this level already shows promise for this Oxygen Esports roster, and you saw that third and final map where we're going to be heading to. We're going to Split, Sully, which is definitely not familiar territory with every team playing in this first Split.
No, Oxygen do have experience. They actually beat FaZe Clan the other week, and I would say pretty good fashion. I watched the VOD back. I wasn't exactly impressed with Oxygen, but it did look like this is a team that knows what they're doing. Now, we got comments from Turtle Troop, Tig specifically, the IGL, saying when they did face off against G2, they perma-banned Split, not because that they were afraid of the map, but because they knew, hey, we have a really strong map pool. Let's ban the one map that we watched G2 play. And they said G2, the only map that they were impressed by was their Split. So this is a map that I think similar to Lotus, TTR probably have been cooking in the lab for a little bit. They're probably come through on this map, just given what Tig has been saying. They have a big map pool, and I wouldn't be surprised again if we see a really nice map split come out from them.
Turtle Troop as well, going with an, we'll call it a peculiar agent selection in that first map, doing something that we haven't seen from other teams, bringing in the Harbor. We've got,
but Harbor's not unusual, right? He's just new. Like, I don't think like that's like a.
I am curious if we're going to see that here on this third map.
Consider like a throw pick or like an off.
They could have been working on this.
I mean, I guess you can consider off meta because it's like it's not quite into the current map, but still, man, like, it's not like it's a
time for the agent select. We'll see what they decide to do. I will see you guys on the other side.
And it's one more map, Gus. One more map. 24 rounds to play. And Turtle Troop, You have to win 13 of them to make it to MSF. The mid-season face-off is what awaits. Oxygen, we saw them play this map against FaZe, and they took it in pretty clean fashion, I have to say.
All right.
They lost to G2-4, but still, I personally think that Oxygen have a good game plan. They're running the same composition that they did against FaZe. For Turtle Troop, they're actually running a double dive here.
Yeah.
So they're running something a little bit different. No initiator, mind you that.
Double duelist. They're going to be treating the Omen as the initiator going into this. I mean, this is TTR putting a lot of their stakes on just explosiveness, on just high caliber, high
I mean, they've got the
plays, but yeah, I mean,
firepower for it if they are hot.
Oxygen, they've at least had
but they've
time
kind
to
of been a little
refine
bit of a
split.
momentum
They
team,
had their
right?
first test against G2, then they ended up getting swept out of the water. Their defense needed help, so they addressed their defensive needs by adding in the Sage, and I mean, at least that has helped a little bit. But it didn't help on the defensive side that they were trying to change. They were good on the attack. They need to capitalize on the defense to start things off. Oxygen versus TTR. We've made it to a map 3.
One thing that we're seeing is Mummy has gone back to his jet ways. He's not running the initiator here with Tig. And, well, there's, as we say his name, Pony pops his head. There goes the B site, really. Mummy is scrambling to get a rotation in.
Cage triggered.
What is Diablo? It's
Weed is actually
an RPG game.
To be main from the top rope, taking down Randy Savage. At least they have control of B main, but still a lot more to take care of. Heaven, they need you to clear it.
Their big RPG game, like originally big RPG before WoW came out.
Now the retake is on. Turtle Troop have arrived.
And he's retaking Heaven. These players, however, they need to be wary of the fact that Heaven has been cleared. They do know that the wall is there, though. They are compensating for it. Here comes Weeded. Weeded trying to clear. Oh, Verno. That is a perfect pop from behind the wall. There goes the 1v1. Yet another one going the way of Pony. Pony going wild. Now a 1v1. Adder 7 HP. Verno just jump right-clicking from Heaven. Needs
but it
just
comes
one
out
bullet to the body. However, Verno gets it
comes
down
out
to
this
half.
summer.
But Verno, well
and this
played,
weekend
well thought out in
is
Heaven,
open beta.
he's the
or not open
policy.
beta, closed beta.
What a round. What an explosive start. Pony just ripping the head off of Tig, exploding onto the B site. And we've got a game here in map number 3.
The original Diablo came out in 1996.
Coming off of that last map, it was Pony that was red hot. Can he maintain that form in this third and final map? Did it in the start of this round. We're going to see if he can maintain it. For Turtle Troop, it's Governor. This guy was exceptional on Lotus. In map 2, teetered off a good bit. And it was Pony that stole the show. The duelist diff came in his favor. And that's what we talked about going into map 2, Gus. It was, hey, Pony's got to respond. Sometimes it really is just a duelist diff. And that's what Governor had in map 1. That's what Pony had in map 2. Now where are they both going to sit here in map 3?
The numbers were off, but surely the numbers
nice.
were. Governor was still hitting some incredible shots.
Well done by Verno
in
there.
The second map, but again, it's about getting those right players in the right positions. Hard to do so on the defensive side. With a double dive, they're really just going to depend on each other physically. Over towards A Heaven, over
Verno.
towards A But Verno.
Jesus.
Good Lord, Verno. Not only getting just some random shots, Investor Flawless in the middle there too, but already 2 away from a revive.
I'm looking, though, at this double dive pump, and I'm wondering, well, it's, you know, double dive in practice, I think on split is really nice because it's good for entries on A. It's good to take mid with
Diablo is the game that would probably ruin my channel if I allowed it
with the jet,
and played it too much.
I'm wondering.
Like, actually, I love Diablo. Grew up playing it a lot.
Things I'd always look at Turtle Troop and saying, Tig has just been a phenomenal initiator, right? He really is initiator.
He's stuck on Sage.
True form. He's good at setting up his teammates, but now they don't have that.
Over towards Heaven though, Tig. Oh wow, and he gets dinked from that too. Down to 45 HP, does have a heal to use, but no other teammate will have one. And not only that, but he has to abandon Heaven for that. Here comes Pony on through. Nobody else from TTR on this side of the map. All 3 players that are on A are in the middle of A right now. Currently funneled. But as they take full heaven control and a Sage wall up,
that wall
they're baiting the rotation from TTR so hard.
Yeah, Governor was prepping for any push in towards B mail, but now that wall
yeah, but
goes
now
up,
they should start rotating back, right?
Neither is we did. Governor with a nice nade, though, does quite a bit of damage. Doesn't catch anyone off, but that's damage dealt and an opportunity for Weeded to pick him off.
Got the shots through. Might do something big there for Weeded. Not able to connect on anything. 5v5, full guns here for TTR. A positional disadvantage right now. They don't have bottom mid, they don't have top mid. They could easily retake heaven right now, sure, but at any point now, these players from Oxygen can come up from behind.
Scuba's playing a flank watch here as well. Mid control, they haven't taken it. Verno dodges, Durjo ducks.
And Verno's easily picking up one.
They about to reset TTR, huh?
Trey does come back, but now Adder needs to deal with a 1-on-5. Okay, the spray through the box, actually getting a lot of damage onto Pony. But he still had a second person to deal with over in Rafters. A third big round for Oxygen. Economy now down for TTR.
Oh, man.
Yeah, resets them. Sheriff's here to work with, and Turtle Troop, that round.
It's not going to be sheriffs all the way around, probably just the one sheriff, right?
Initiation for map control. I think that's one of the issues that you're going to see with this comp is you would love to have a breach, send a fault line towards A main where Mummy can fight, where Governor can
Tough start,
fight,
man.
or a Sky Flash to set them up and give them the info, but you don't have that. So this defensive side is truly based on winning your fights when they approach and enter into the site. And I think that's going to be an issue here for Turtle Troop in the way that Oxygen have been playing, in the sense of how good they were on map number 2. Aim-wise, those 50-50 fights, take that gamble every single time.
Should be
Art
some easy
starting off
going
with a nice
frags.
first frag.
Oxygen going forward. So now at this point, we just got to focus up on the fact that ult points are so gosh dang close. Pony has only been heating up already. He's going to be the main focus of the attack for the rest of this half. Definitely excited to see what sort of explosive options they have
You
with
can
the
understand
double
why.
satchel.
They're
Now
probably
the
going to make a push onto
showstopper
A
loaded
here.
up. He probably doesn't need to buy a Spectre or need to upgrade away from the Spectre going into the next round.
Yeah.
All right.
With an investor flawless, we see Oxygen just
Rifles
continue
again.
to stack up
This
their
time
cash.
around for Turtle Troop.
TTR, a tall task ahead of them.
Yeah, I wonder where they want to go, if they want to use the showstopper, maybe explode onto A ramp like they have been doing the past 2 rounds. That might be the call here. Spike leans that way as well.
Better spot for the Rays take 2. We're going to have the double satchel. A does have a couple of gaps for you if they do opt to play back over in heaven. It is only 3 players here, though. Surely no big option for them to actually go through.
Scout destroyed. Hawk out.
It's going to be 1 person on the front line, 2 players here on A. But for Oxygen, they already have Mitch over towards that front side with Seekers, too. They could easily get some of that information off the rotate.
Seekers
See
gonna
which
come out.
side they would rather opt into. All 3 Seekers go into the B side. Mitch is just going to continue to fight, just to distract for that spike to go over towards A. This is a genius move by the Sky.
Trapwire gets broken here as well.
Oh, what a shot.
Taking Pony out with the showstopper.
Welcome back.
Wall goes up, and Mummy looking for anything extra.
The Wolf of Wall Street. He's going sniping again, but Adder! The 3 in his name counts for 3 kills in the server.
All right, well, that starts things
Mummy
off.
with the
Gets you
last
for
one,
the first
and
round here on
another
Split.
investor flawless. But that's how TTR starts their game.
And I think it will be the op that's going to just be a key figure in their defensive holds. Because especially on A, the op could be extremely powerful for that long angle. And Mummy is going to switch it up towards the B side. Got a good read on it as well. But how can they replicate that? They're conceding mid control every single round. And to me, that's a big issue. We know mid, and if you watch VODs back of when Split was in the map pool, mid was always big, and they leave it open.
Mummy, no! Mummy got a little bit too antsy. Off the op. Governor looking for the cam, but with the op in hand, couldn't do anything.
That gives them
Gets caught with his
all
pants
sorts
down.
of room on A.
Probably
or
gonna
on
be the
B.
easiest take that you see in this game. Just 2 individual picks leading into a B take.
one by one they both fall. And again, that's an issue. I feel like no initiator to set them up for that kind of peak. It's literally just Mummy dry swinging into it after the util's been dropped in front of him by the Cypher and by the Astro of Oxygen.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to recover this 3 versus 5. Tega's got to win 2 1v1s, or 2v1 if you want to call it that. Adder's still got to excavate Scuba, doesn't check it.
One enemy remaining.
That's the round in and of itself.
Bro, Oxygen is just...
Now, Weeded, you've got money. You definitely go for this round. So just try and pull guns out of the hands of Oxygen. Granted, I don't think there's much you can take away from Oxygen's economy, but at least you might get an exit here or two that will weaken it for the future.
Mission for We Did.
Just gets one.
Not exactly that successful, only one, but going into the next situation from Oxygen, it's pretty dang
See, this is
similar
what's
to the one that we
unfortunate,
already
man.
saw
It was
a round or
such
two
a
ago.
back
Only
and
a
forth
revive to
match,
use
and now it just
in
feels
terms
like
of
it's
pivotal
getting
ultis.
kind of ran away with. Like, good call by Turtle Troop for the timeout here, understandable, but...
Timeout called by Turtle Troop.
Fuck, man.
Figure
I'm gonna
out,
go
yeah,
throw my...
How do we get map control without an initiator?
These two players have been the best this entire season, top 10 in most stat lines. And they're both at the bottom, 0-5.
Yeah, not best of looks. Governor. I mean, well, you say the best all season. Hig did just join the team, so we'll cut him some slack.
Okay, all right,
I
my
guess.
bad.
We'll cut him some slack, but yeah, for someone like Governor, and I think especially on that last map, we expect a lot more from him, and I think he specifically is gonna have a hard time getting anything done when Mame is also, you're sharing the spotlight now with another duelist, and you're not working with a flash player, which I felt Governor really did rely on. Tega's flashes were so big, Mummy's flashes were so big on Ascent and on Lotus when it came to setting Governor up into spots where he could get kills. He doesn't have that backing anymore. I want to see how he fares without it. Mummy's picked up the up again. He's going to try and control mid. But once more, they're not going to have util to support, so he's going to have to rely on just his aim. Thankfully, there is no one there, but how quick can they respond to the A push?
No big attempt to take up any early map control from Oxygen. TTR. Maybe a false sense of security, and indeed it's that. False sense of security. One player is watching over Heaven. Tried to shift back over towards mid for a quick second. Here comes Adder. Adder's the only player here on A. You will have a pop from Heaven, but no trip. Just pops right out of the smoke. We did trying to be a hero,
risky.
and it ends up completely falling apart because of it. Adder forced to swing. Plan will go down. Still tough here for TTR. Triple go down. Verno has the Phantom Spray in a good position, but won't be able to get anything. Pony, though. Oh, another good spot. But even then, another big kill coming back for TTR. We're actually even at a 3-on-3. You do have the Blade Storm here from Mame, ready and raring to go. If he opts to use it, Governor and Tig still almost full HP, ready and raring to go. 3 in the back line. Still, oh my goodness, Tig! 10
Wow.
HP! He's gone!
Big round for Tig.
Somehow they make the retake work. I don't
That
know
double
what
was
world
everything.
They should have won that, but they did here.
I don't know.
And Turtle Troop just barely able to pull out this round. And they saved the op, they saved the Vandal. Got weapons to work with. Wow, what a Hail Mary of a blast pack there. Throwing him off his feet, pushing him back. Verno into the open arms of Tig. 2-5, Oxygen. We'll let a second round through. I think the retakes is where maybe this team can shine. But even then, how often is a team like this going to win the retake? They were good on Lotus in the first 3 rounds, but you're less likely to win the retake, I feel, than anything. Mummy's going to sit in this cage. Oh, he's going to beat it instead.
Just beat it. Beat it.
No pull up either. Randy Savage is just standing there, waiting for an opportunity to actually be able to pop it, but still. It's all just a distraction. It's all just a default. He does end up getting taken down. Players in mid. No reaction.
Look at the play here towards mid.
Weedit's
going to get the Q. He's got the paranoia here as well. That will slow things down, but it doesn't actually tag into them, so not enough time is bought just yet. Adder has to throw a cage to play with him now.
Oh,
the TP was massive! But Oxygen, they find gaps. They're able to find 2 kills. There goes Tig. Just for the 1 frag. Pony got a bit too needy there, but there goes Verno with 1 back.
Spike planted.
And Mummy was looking for anything off the updraft. Hoping that Mitch was going to
So Seekers give away the last locations. Lets them know that they're both up in heaven.
Regroup back up towards heaven, but Verno has seized an opportunity to try and flank.
Nice little flank coming in here from Scuba.
Are they going to peek it? No, they won't. They just need to get into sight. Boys, the fight could be coming in. Indeed, Mame calls it out, and the wall is in the face of Verno. Verno can't do anything, but they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Verno is out.
But Mummy turns around.
Only get 1, and it was a 1v1.
Wow.
What a shot from Mame.
And Governor's Nade as well gets the kill. Even after in death, he still finds something for Mummy. And Oxygen 5-3, another successful retake here for Turtle Troop. 2 in a row now. And you'll see here in the replay, this op is just, it's a huge reason why these rounds are going in their favor. Gets a first blood, finds a double on this retake, and gives Turtle Troop some life in that round.
Yes. This should do.
More or less the same approach going on into the next. You still have that same Cypher on the other side. But now TTR feeling a lot more confident about these early setups. They haven't worried about Heaven really at all this half. Really of mid-period.
They're trying to sell an A split here. Working to gather control towards elevator. Tig with a shot.
Tig.
Easy, light work.
Oh.
1 easy one for Tig. Second one just a bit off. A lot more work to be done here on A. 2 players are here.
They have a lot of control here towards A Heaven, so I think that's the play here for Oxygen. And it really is on Governor to try and hold it back. They're making noise in elevator, confusing Governor. He's forced to swing. Randy, I think, just caught with his pants down. Might have been looking at the radar, might have not been ready for it. A random swing, and those are the risks you have to take with no initiator.
Camera taken out. They found my wire. Cage triggered.
Adder's going to be in an interesting spot.
All of this stuff, man, about Lance Reddick is pretty cool to see, but sad. Same time, Tim.
Might have gotten them both. Adder just continues to pop. Scuba, double headshot actually against him. And it's a double headshot instead for Scuba. No. It's not possible.
There's one guy that is going to make it possible. It had to be Scuba, right?
There's no way.
And one of the key players.
Does Scuba?
They check. Yes, they do. Mame does look just beneath him. And Scuba, for a second, had our hearts pumping. For Turtle Troop, 3 retakes in a row. How replicable is this, and how sustainable is it? Well, we only have 3 more rounds left to play.
And this is a reset, finally.
They put up a pretty decent amount of rounds here, I think, given their composition and the worries that we had.
Oh, the loss bonus. It's been so many important rounds where, again, TTR, it didn't seem like they would have any sort of advantage coming out of the round. No economical advantage. No way that they could even get back in the round in terms of the frags. But Oxygen now, they've been dropping, of course, every body they could. They've invested so much into these rounds. They go down to post plant, so they use every piece of utility they have. Everyone goes down, so they need to rebuy. But even then, they still have enough cash going into the next round. But again, so far, it's been a game of TTR almost completely evading where the first approach from Oxygen comes in from and going for a retake.
Valve just registered CS2 and Counter-Strike trademarks.
Governor, still not, I would say, Gus.
Better nice.
Level that we want.
CSGO 2 is on the way, it looks
like.
like.
I would say the key figure on all these retakes that you're talking about has been Mummy.
Goes there.
Dude has been outstanding with the op. And I feel like we're at a point in this half where we can look to the future and wonder what's going to happen for the for the second half. We're 9 rounds in, 3 left to play. And Turtle Troop are trying to adjust with a bigger mid presence. 3 players here this time around. And it's due to the fact that this is where Oxygen have been putting a lot of focus the past couple rounds.
Yeah, but now they're all piled up on that B side.
Elevator so many times, they've lost Heaven so many times.
Yeah, they'll put a player here instead of just a trip this time around.
Yeah, but now it's 2 players, 3 players.
Mummy's just going to try and establish mid control, and I think allow Governor to play the anchor now. Yeah, that's what it looks like. He's going to try and play.
Look at that, though. They could have literally done that and still ended up moving up mid if they wanted to.
Here comes Pony with a showstopper. Oh, the shotgun was supposed to go so big there for Tig. Mummy, however, here to help out. TTR, they're actually holding down a sight for once. Verno pulls up this, oh wow, pulls up the spike and runs away. And actually right after that, Scuba through the smoke, taking down Governor. Might have been through the crack.
So that neural theft lets them know where they're at.
Sight on a Randy Savage. So they get the info.
Lets them know to expect the middle.
Where they're coming.
Oh, they're not gonna know.
One enemy remaining.
Well, he does now. Spots the cross, takes down Scuba, 1v3 for Verno, but this is possible. He gets 1 kill and he gets a revive.
But is it gonna be the kill? Is Weeda gonna give it up? No. He knows that Mummy's gonna
I mean, I was gonna say, even if he gets the kill, there's no one close to him to be able to revive, right?
And for the first time, Turtle Troop will pick up a round, and it's not a retake.
I mean, finally, but how jumbled up was that for TTR? I mean, Oxygen, they tried to really ram it down B. You had Pony on the front side doing everything with that showstopper.
All right.
I will say,
tied up
was
at 5.
very quick to react. And I think the setup that Turtle Troop had, you call it jumbled up, but
Oxygen does have
perfect. They got
both the revive and the astral divide, the cosmic divide.
Had faith that Randy's control towards A would allow.
Meanwhile, on Turtle Troop side, you've got the Omen ult.
A big mess from Turtle Troop. It may have looked that way, but they had the contingencies ready, and they had to set up in the beginning to allow that kind of round.
They had the right responses, but now over towards mid, they only have 1.
Gives up mid.
No more double contact. He doesn't even take up Rafters either.
Very weak A-hold now on the A site.
Did you say that there's a weak A-hole?
Pony's
I mean, they've been exposed entirely. Elevators taken.
Mummy kind of recognizes that could be a threat. The Nada's going to try and keep these players back, even do a good bit of damage. Force out a heal.
Well,
we didn't see anything, and Mummy is just, yeah, he's ready for this kind of play, and I don't know if Pony's going to win this fight. I imagine he doesn't.
Against the op, surely.
Why are you calling him Shirley?
No. The Sage Wall's a fake, and now
on
Pony
this
doesn't know.
On this round,
he didn't know.
Wait, no, but they saw Tig. They saw Tig. Now they broke the wall.
Nice.
Good wall. But an even better break from Oxygen. They prioritized breaking the wall. Here
Nice.
comes Governor, though, around the corner. Needs to just knock down the numbers. Again, these are pistols, but with the man advantage, they had a chance at some long-range duels. Very cheeky, though, putting Tig behind the wall. But that should just be it for the round. Randy Savage, 1 HP. He's gone.
Yeah, the wall I was referring to, I don't know what you were talking about, was the wall back towards heaven.
What?
I was looking at the wall that Verno threw, and Tig instantly swung away, or not Tig, Mummy instantly swung away, and Pony got the jump on him. That gave me a little bit of hope that Oxygen were gonna eco them again.
They needed a lot more work though on site.
Op still available here for Mummy and Oxygen. From the control that they had in this game to just giving Mummy the op. This half has turned on its head in favor of Turtle Troop. The op has been the big heavy hitter. How do Oxygen try and nullify that? Well, they're going to try a mid split again. Mid to A. A split here. And no one's ready to watch this.
That's an easy frag for Governor. Nobody else is there to respond, but there goes the elevator kit. Mame having to run away, dashes right into Scuba.
4v4
Not
here.
many places he could go there, and it puts Adder and Governor on the back foot on the middle of sight.
Here we go. They have a bit of work to do now.
A minute
and a
left,
bit of space to work with.
Got plenty of time here, though.
Not locked into this round whatsoever. They could back out here over towards A, and that's why
That's
I
a
think Tig is
long
just
way to
sticking around
rotate,
towards
but they
the
do
middle.
have time.
Getting the info too. They know that only 2 are on this side. Here we go. Adder all the way out in the open. Got a little confused on whether or not
close
someone would come
swing
from
by Pony.
heaven.
That's so smart.
And Pony slapping down Governor. What a shot for the last round of the half. Oxygen might have all the momentum going into the next half, going into the next round. Weeded and Tig, the last 2 remaining versus 5. Both stuck in screens. Both looking to make it out. The 2 around the corner. Wait a minute. They do get one. Weeded! No! Weeded with a triple kill.
Tied
Tig
up
got
here.
the other. It ends up in a 1v1.
Third game half tied up halfway through.
6-6.
Let's freaking go, man.
As we could get again.
The half at 6-6.
One enemy
This was a map that the first time I looked at Oxygen, I was like, they kind of have full control of this game right now. And there should be no way that Turtle Troop, I felt with this composition, should stand a chance in winning these early duels. But somehow, Mame, with this operator, was the key figure, was the key player, and gave a lot of opportunities to his teammates. Now in this second half, with the double dive comp, Gus, what sets them up? What initiates literally those two players to get an aggressive?
Oxygen. They're going to be putting that raise on the front side, but you have a whole lot of utility right around it.
Very early wall towards the 4-player stack here.
Here goes a flash.
Oh, everyone's in the middle.
That they were waiting
That's
for.
a big
Missed
flash.
with the double off of it. Big nade though. Trailblazer still could come out. Weeded waiting for the opportunity to peek, and indeed gets it. Big kill onto Mitch. Returned back to a 3v3, but make that a 3v2. Big spray through the smoke.
Governor making a whole lot of noise, looking to break the trip, but it's not there. Oxygen have the man advantage. Adder looking to trade. Pony doesn't give his life. It's smart and doesn't give the one-on-one. And Oxygen still with the man advantage are not playing on A or B. They're playing a 3-on-2 retake here. And it's going to end towards the A site.
Wow, my eyes are down.
Oh, they finally saw it. The raise is through, though. Nobody is actually watching straight up out of screens. Free plant for Governor. At least for now, because nobody's peeking out of heaven.
They keep
look at the damage.
Rafters. And he's going to get one. He should get another, but he does back away.
Well, that's all that he needed, right? He needed the element of surprise, be able to get the one and done.
A chance.
And the done is him being out of there.
2 versus 2 here. Governor and Adder playing together, but Pony's
Where they expect?
Space.
1v1.
Governor did the damage. Now Pony down to 56.
Nice by Adder.
Needs a headshot, but it won't happen.
Well done.
Adder just stands his ground in the face of that nade. Stands his ground, pushes forward for the peak, and Pony walks into him. Adder's had a banger of a game on both the defense and the attack. Critical and a lot of holds on all 3 maps that we've seen. And here, he wins out a big round for his team, giving the advantage, keeping Oxygen calm and humble with their buy. And now, Adder, we're going to see a lot of this solo lurking. Well, he's got 5 players coming towards him right now.
I'm sure they can handle it. Adder. It's really just going to be, again, that info grab, that attention grab. As this guy is not actually usually a sentinel. Not usually in this type of position for any other team that he's played on.
Yeah,
usually been playing initiator.
He performs on the maps that he's comfortable engaged on. Like Ascent was a really good showing of, yeah, like he plays initiator, but he had before played the KJ on that map, and so you saw the comfortability. You saw how well he played that map. This is a new agent for him because, well, Turtle Troop haven't played Split in an official matchup, but he's practicing with it. So you imagine this guy's probably confident with it. And so Adder,
always pinching close.
He's one guy that I think a lot of people expect. What is going on here? Expected to play good, and Mitch is one of the guys that I don't know where this comes from, but he pulls out a double.
Okay. This goes the one back. Oxygen have the man advantage going into this. There goes Scuba. The SMGs have to go wild. We did it is in the middle of sight. You still have one more in the back of sight. Tig, that's huge. Still, they could just burst through the smoke. A 4v2 converted into a 4v none. What a hold.
Yeah, that got so sketchy though. Oxygen, Mitch getting 2. That put a little bit of pressure on Turtle Troop. And so with the guns they took away, we're gonna see how Turtle Troop elect to reinvest back in this round. Adder had just a ghost in the last, so he can buy the Phantom. But for Oxygen, they will have full rifles here. In Turtle Troop, they're going to suffer heavily from that last round. Tig has given up his SMG, given up his Spectre, and passed it to Mummy.
All right.
So they're working with a much
big round here for
so
Oxygen.
See if there's gonna
because
be
if they were to somehow lose this to the
distance with these
SMGs over on the side of Turtle Troop, it's 10-6.
Not in the right spots right now, but
the mental is just absolutely screwed.
For right now. Trying to see where possible They can get an easy
The way
gap,
that you
get
look
that
before
race
you
into position,
before planning changes the direction.
get something explosive.
Because it brings
going.
it closer to
There's
you,
two
essentially,
players
right?
Here though, and more importantly, Mitch.
That way
in
you
the
know
off
exactly where
angle.
you're putting it if you're trying to line it up for back
Might
sight,
be a
front sight,
nasty,
wherever.
Nasty surprise.
Oh, you need to hit
Mitch
that.
coming around the corner, going to be able to at least get some damage onto one, but it's just damage. Just the cage alone is able to cover.
But they're going to get the plant down. I think this is kind of an advantage here for Oxygen. They can play on site with their SMGs, close the gap. Side of Weeded, who's going to try and get across. They don't know where that TP just went. It could have gone on the site, could have gone to the right side of A main. A lot of questions there.
Pony facing on a lot of pressure. TTR is just pressuring these choke points more and more, but this is just leading them out in the open for 1v1s. One in the back of sight, he's gone. 5v5 converted into a 5v1 right now. Mummy, he was looking for a lurk kill back over in screens, but it just won't happen. Oxygen let TTR play right into their hands, and Investor flawless off the retake.
Really close, or really clean, apologies, from Oxygen. Exceptionally clean. Making it look kind of effortless. First they clear out Weeded. Mitch, quick awareness to pop the Seeker so he knows where the rest of these players are. And yeah, fluid from Oxygen.
Oh,
now
okay.
The troop will have their full rifles. Governor's got his showstopper online. They're going to try and grab some mid control where Oxygen are kind of playing off of, right? There's really no one here. Cam in a, I imagine a gravel towards Vale. Try and set something up with the trip as well to kind of signify when the hit is coming. But this is Oxygen giving up mid and trying to maintain this heavy control where Adder's just found one.
Okay, it's only the one. Scuba has a lot of util to try to use, but the showstopper in his face gets him gone.
Movement from Governor was just too much there.
As per usual.
He gets control. Moonbots take over screens. Does get broken, so Spike goes down here. Turtle Troop look to hold this post plant down as Oxygen revvy themselves up. Pony's got one blast back to try and get inside.
Oh, that nade is insane. Governor
this could be a
completely
really
flushed. If take from above does find a barrel. What a reaction!
That neural theft is going to be huge. It gives him so much information now.
Absolutely crazy.
Wow.
Randy Savage with a double on the retake. And Oxygen keep the game close.
I was about to say, because if they won that round and then the next round, it could have easily been looking at 12
this time around,
on the side of Turtle Troop.
Randy
But
with a massive shot on Tate,
wow,
setting up the retake potential.
Wow.
And now Turtle Troop are going to be reset here. Lighter guns, stingers, pistols, Oxygen are in the driver's seat in this round and can take the lead here quite easily. We're going to see if Turtle Troop want to just play fast towards B, which I think is the goal here. Close the gap, see if Weeded and Take can maybe get something on their singers. And Pony's got a shotgun and a showstopper. I want to see what he does with this.
It's just menacing. You hear the nade. There's no way you want to go towards it, right? Alverno does have a wall. Does have the double slows, but nobody else is here to help him. It's really just the information for him at this point.
Yeah,
but not getting anything. This smoke is denying everything.
It's about isolating fights here. They're going to try and isolate a fight over onto Randy, who is alone. Yeah, paranoia set up.
they're going to try and push through. I mean, they got the one cage here?
They can check ramp and then fight backside. This tripwire in the middle of it is going to be an issue here. Doesn't get triggered just yet. They clear out ramp. Randy backs away, doesn't want anything.
No one's going to punish with it.
Yep, spots all those players. Trip isn't going to get anything. Now they're back on site. Randy's going to play with his teammate.
Randy's out with the cage too. Smart from Randy. Try to help out his team. Now he's the only player here. Here comes Randy Savage. Randy with a one, but only the one. It's going to be a 3v3. Two players over towards screens behind smoke. And they just pop out anyways. Was that through smoke? I don't know.
No, I think the timing on that smoke, it fades just as he made the cross. And Weeded threw another smoke up, but the timing not there.
Right.
Now they've got a smoke they can walk out of. Question marks here for Turtle Troop. And they're just going to try and play together. Weeded's got the only rifle, though.
It's so difficult. Again, the Stinger is still alive here, but Mummy's just going in with the Sheriff, and he actually does take down Pony off the showstopper. Both players going into elbow. Weeded, what can he do here? Weeded! He does!
Wow.
That was fun. An eBay clutch for Weeded. And Turtle Troop take back the lead.
That's what you need if you're Turtle Troop.
A very, very light
That was really
fire.
nice.
2 Stingers is all they came in with to that round.
Now you got 4 ults available for you on the side of Turtle Troop.
This is a huge kill for Mummy. 3 shots, all precise.
Look at this. 4 ults here. Only thing you have is the Cosmic Divide. Otherwise, maybe Verno and Mitch can get there at some point.
That's a 2v1, man. That's all you need to know. Weeded was all the way out in the open.
Round.
That's an easy trade in any situation. Weeded somehow surviving.
Plus, if you win...
Keeps this team in it.
4 ultimates for Turtle
This round, I don't think Oxygen fully gets to invest next round, right?
For info.
Then if you win that round, they definitely ain't invested.
Yeoman TP to maybe get info, to get to back site.
Fake a site.
Oh, Verno goes down, and they were trying to work back in towards A where they've had the most success. Now they don't have that lurk. Now they've got to revive, and now they've got to punish Verno.
It's very much possible, though. It's only the one.
They bait it?
Verno just jump peeking. They might use the revive as a peek, but they just triple swing instead. Verno spots it. Pony's already here on the rotation.
They thought there might have been a faster play off of the revive, but no. 50 seconds left. A lot of time for Turtle Troop to think about where they want to go and what they want to do.
No space being made at all, though.
They're going back towards mid here.
I have no
Oxygen
idea.
Are not taking a lot of space. They're going to re-clear mid with the Trailblazer, but it's not the deepest of Trailblazers. So Adder is given a chance to lurk up here now.
Even then,
30 seconds
I think
left.
the dog did at least get some information on the right side of mid. No one was able to shoot it. Maybe some false information, false sense of security.
I don't like this position. There's no
They're
stars
making the right
down.
move.
No. There's no stars down here for Oxygen. These players on site. Nothing to support. The Cosmic Divide perfectly timed, though.
The Cosmic Divide. It's so good, at least for the plant. If they can get the plant, Randy Savage looking to swing around the corner. Weeded. He goes off. He goes off the plant. They go in. Oxygen stops the plant.
Wow.
Pony, well done. Throwing his life away for it. 2 players are going to survive for TTR. But Oxygen, they survive barely.
Damn, bro.
Tying us up again. Oh, it's literally the satchel.
It was the
Throws him off,
satchel.
and Pony, literally a last-ditch play. Throws his life on the line, and yeah, he gets the kill.
That goes there.
Huge round for Oxygen. You've put Turtle Troop on the back foot, and they're going to try something fast. They're going to try something explosive. Mummy's got his Blade Storm. He wants something big.
Yup. Gotta make an impact with his ultimate. Mame now has to jump over the smoke if they want to take up A immediately, and indeed he will. Uses the dash. He is already
right
in
up
balcony. Don't peek through that smoke. He wanted that position, though. He needed to maintain that. Instead, Weeded is going to be in rafters instead. 5v5 retake.
Look at where the retake's coming from. Again, 3 players from Oxygen are going to post back up towards ramp. And Adder knows it as well. He knows this is the focal point. This is the focus. This is what he's looking for. Adder against 3. No one here to support him. He's smoked off, but he knows.
Yep, he's a knower.
Surely they're going to clear him, but this smoke is going to last forever. Adder. Oh, and there's a wall in front of him. He has to break it. They peek with him. TTR,
No
3
way.
players gone in a second. There goes Tig.
Wow.
Tig had to do it all, and now it's a 1v5. Adder has no chance. Double digits in the cleanest way possible.
And they walled him off as well. He had no chance in that round. An investor flawless, and Oxygen take 10. Resetting Turtle Troop here now.
Oh no.
We're looking at 11 here for Oxygen. And that's a scary number, because then it's just 2 away from closing it out. 1 mess up, 1 economic fault, and that could be mid-season face-off gone from Turtle Troops.
And more importantly, Turtle Troop making playoffs gives you 10, 11 circuit points. You not making it only gives you like 4 or 5. Double your circuit points if you win this. If not, you're struggling for the rest of the stage.
All right, big round for Turtle Troop. Trying to at least see if you can make this a little expensive over on the side of Oxygen.
To try and hit this B site. Scuba. Waiting, watching, lurking. Bravos gonna slow things down a little bit, give him a little bit of space. But he's got no support here.
No.
It's a trade.
The first player didn't peek. Pony not hitting his shots. This Vandal doesn't go down. What a spray at the end there from Pony. Onto Mame.
Yep.
2 players looking to take at least something back for this round. You do have Adder pulling up from behind. Now stuck up in a 1v3.
Oh, no rifle. It's gone. It's dropped. Wanted that. Maybe there was a chance.
Maybe he could get a 1 and done. A 1v1. Coming out of spawn here.
Maybe against Randy here.
It might just be nobody else is peeking the corner.
And then it's a
Randy.
face.
Oh,
It's a double
what a
face.
shot.
Give me a corpse. Where is it?
He's saying to give him a corpse.
Oh!
Didn't matter. Both players
He
are
should have
just
waited
around
a minute.
the corner. Not only is the ulti gone, a lot of momentum gone too. Oxygen. One round away.
Man.
This round is everything. Turtle Troop dropping this round. Would put Oxygen on to 12. Leave you with no credits because you don't really have the loss bonus built up. And I could see them mustering a couple of rifles. It's not going to be everything. And would you believe it? They're going to set Scuba up in a very big off angle.
I mean, why not? Why not? You gotta try what you gotta try. See what else you have in your back pocket. This is definitely a gimmick. But if it works, oh my goodness. That's why they have double heaven right now.
There's just so much mid control here, so much map control for Oxygen right now.
Started bottom mid is everything.
No trade,
Oh!
are you kidding me?
He didn't get the one?
Showstopper's there, Pony not able to get the second one, but we did down to 2. Oh,
good punish.
Huge for Governor.
Verno wanted that res. It gets shut down by Governor. Man advantage lies with Turtle Troop. What's the game plan here? Adder's going to go back to see if he can catch if anyone on A pushed, particularly if Randy did, but Randy sits back on site, and so Turtle Troop. They'll try to end over on B, but there was still Scuba who got himself in the most precarious of positions to deal with.
It's going to be one tough spot over in heaven.
Here, man.
There should be a trade off of this one spot off of Scuba. But again, do they expect even one?
Oh!
Governor walks
got
through.
2.
2 kills for Scuba. That's all he could ask for. Now Weeded has to do all on his own. A 1v2 to evade regulation point, to evade getting closer to overtime. The Seeker is going to come around. It's going to flash him. He has no chance.
Match point.
12-9.
Damn,
Oxygen
bro.
on series points. Turtle Troop have got to fight for it all. 3 rounds in a row, and we'll see their buy in a second. But this is an Oxygen that will take risks, and they did here. A gimmick play from Scuba gives him a double. It gives them the round. The buy, oh, it's there. It's actually there for Turtle Troop. The plant going down gives them just enough credits. Weeded gets a drop over. This is everything.
Wait, Blast
for
Spring
Oxygen.
Finals are in DC?
And everything on the line for Turtle Troop.
When's that?
Wall set an early precedent. Taking map control away from Turtle Troop early.
But this battle for A ramp, it usually does last as long as that wall
Pony.
lasts.
Pony.
Big first shot. Massive first shot off the cannon of Pony. Continues to go forward, though. So many more pixels to aim on. So many more players in heaven. There goes the paranoia, though. Randy Savage needs to go off. Oh, no!
He just put himself in there. Not like this.
No,
Oh, bro.
No!
It's over.
Spike giving up in Oxygen. And a
Oh,
2
that
versus
hurts,
5.
bro.
This could be the game, and it probably is. Oh, the flash goes out. They know Adder's there.
Damn,
How do you get this spike back? TP'd on top. Weeded to try and reclaim something. And now, yeah, they have the TP. They have the ultimate.
Well, someone else
Get
is
onto
there.
Site.
What? What?
Grabs the spike. He just wanted the spike. Just wanted the spike. Relax. Hold on. He's
Okay.
cooking. Weeded's
Ready?
got something.
Let's go. Let's see it. Scuba in the back line.
30 seconds left.
Waiting for the opportunity. It's going to be Adder with the first peek. Well timed at that, too. Scuba is down. 3v2. They're chipping it back.
Spike planted.
There's a res here, though, that Verno can grab, and that will be the player heaven. So we have a 4-on-2.
He's done it before. He's done it before in this position, but the revive is going to make it just a bit more difficult. Adder, does he do it? How many kills can he get here? Can he make the job a little easier for Weeded? Here we go. Adder waiting for the first. He gets spotted. It's a 1v4 for Weeded.
1v3.
Such a tall task.
GG's.
And he's gonna go
Damn,
down.
bro.
The final breath has been taken for Turtle
I really
Troop
thought
in
Turtle
stage
Troop was going to
one
be able to
as
pull it off,
Oxygen
man.
shuts them down.
So that means FaZe will end up going to the
13-9.
midseason invitational. Turtle Troop's going to fall just short.
A dramatic end to this series.
Wow.
Spike beyond the wall. A chance for a comeback. For Turtle Troop, not able to close out this series. Missing out on the mid-season face-off after going through everything. Lost their coach week 1. Had another coach, lost him as well. Went 0-2, made 2 changes, and they were so close. So close to making it to the mid-season face-off. But Oxygen, spoilers of this battle, the spoilers of this story,
Crazy, man.
do not give them the satisfying end.
A few low
rounds
champ. On Ascent. Some pivotal situations here on Split, here on Split.
I'm going to go ahead and we're only going to watch the first matchup today, man.
The
I got to get some sleep before we do double sessions tomorrow for ALGS South America.
I mean, come on, 5 points, 6 points between them, Bach.
So I'm not trying to stay up too late, especially because this next matchup really doesn't matter too much.
So many points.
For audience.
So yeah, we're gonna call that a day on that, man. Appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with your boy. More than likely not gonna be live tomorrow, just because it's a long day. So I think I am gonna go ahead and take tomorrow after I get done, and I'll probably just chill. I might watch NA and Discord. I don't want to make any promises. But yeah, otherwise, we're just gonna but yeah, anyways, chat, sorry, my bad. I am out of here, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, hanging out. I said, I don't know if we're going to be live tomorrow just because we are going to be doing the English broadcast for South America tomorrow over on the Team Singularity channel. Feel free to stop by over there at that link right there so we can catch you out for that. All right. I'm going to get up on out of here, man. If y'all want to watch the rest of the games, y'all know where y'all can catch those at, but I ain't going to be doing them over here, man. Love you guys. Until we catch y'all over here for the next one, man. Don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all. Love you guys. Peace.